Oh, didn't switch my camera on. Oh, who cares? Yo, what's everyone saying? Like, subscribe, and all of that crap. Big up, everyone. We lost. Who would have predicted that, eh? Who would have predicted we would have lost again? Oh, wait, all of us. All of us, because there's no hope in this team. Team couldn't motivate Water to be fucking wet, yet let alone get 3 points or even play with some dignity. We had everything yesterday. We had a red card, not a red card. We had an injury. We had a red card. We had a goal. We scored a goal. We had it leveled as a draw for like 25 minutes until Felix got that stupid ass red card. But yeah, big up everybody. We got nearly 200 you lot in here already because everyone wants to sit here and watch us suffer. Big up, like, subscribe, drop a super chat if you want to make this stream somewhat bearable for myself, or if you want to guarantee your comment gets read out. Check out Jerseys FC for all your best affordable football shirts. You don't have to get a Chelsea one. I don't blame you. I wouldn't want a reminder this season either. But yeah, check it out. Like, subscribe, all of that. Up the Chelsea. And yeah, let's see what everyone's saying. Let's see what everybody is saying. Havertz isn't a footballer. Been there, done that. Already had to watch the disaster class, but we move. All that João Felix cameo did was show me how dog shit Havertz is, because that João Felix is what every single one of them Havertz stands been pretending he's capable of. A guy who can beat players, uses off the ball movement to beat players. I saw Felix just turning while the ball was running and it's sliding past defenders. Being able to make chances consistently. Actually being able to carry the attack on your back. That performance, I'm not even going to say generational, but it's levels closer to the word than anything Havertz did. And even then, it was like Felix just ruined it all with that stupid red card. I can't lie, not a lot of people are talking about that. What the fuck was he doing for that red? What was he doing? We all knew that was a red. It was so late. It was so high. What were you thinking? That is also partly not his fault. That idiot Koulibaly just firing a shot at him for no reason. Well, not for no reason. Just hit it with a bit less power, for goodness sakes. And then Felix's touch isn't going to stop that because it's literally going out 100 miles an hour. But then he's put in that position. But this is the problem. Our squad just has zero cohesion. That game was 9 individuals, Silva and Felix. And poor Thiago Silva, by the way. Poor Thiago Silva. That guy has had to carry our squad at his old age. He's the one bailing us out of situations week in and week out. It's fucking embarrassing, man. It's fucking embarrassing. Big up Lewis. When Oba said Arteta needed yes men in the squad, it's worked for Arsenal. Do you think we need yes men players? Yes, we need a younger squad that the manager can mold in the way that he sees fit. The same way Arteta did. The same way. 12 injuries and a suspension. Yes, up the fucking Chelsea. I can't wait till the Palace game. It's going to be so fucking long. So long. Big up, great post-match reaction, Lewis. Nothing but facts. I'm glad you guys agreed with it. I saw a lot of people saying they agreed with what I said, so I'm glad I wasn't chatting shit. Big up, Steve, Kushal, Nikoi. Yep, we got done by Willian. And in the most predictable fucking way possible, by the way. We have watched Willian for 7 years. What do we all think Willian is going to do when he's on the edge of the box? He's going to fucking shake a leg and then he's going to cut inside. How does Aspi, who has defended against him in training for years, how is he not aware of that? And it's not all Aspi's fault either. Lewis Hall loses the ball initially. Don't know what Chalobah's doing, but he didn't jump high enough to get that ball. And then it's Aspi with a bozo moment for the fucking first goal. By the way, everybody was shit. Everybody was so bad. It was only Silva and Felix that looked good. And I'm in two minds about saying Felix played well because he got a red card and threw the game away. Just a mess. Just an absolute mess. I can't predict. Exactly. That's why I'm only here for 15 points. Get me to 40 points and then I don't care. I'm signed out. But where do those 15 points come from? Where is 3 points coming from? That's the real question I want to ask people. Where is our 3rd point coming from? Because I ain't got a clue. I ain't got a clue, man. Um, 12 years finally ended for Fulham means a lot for the fans and the club. Yeah, no, we're free. We're handing out 3 points. 'Tis the season of giving at Chelsea Football Club. Ain't just around Christmas time. We do this 365 days a week, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We will hand you points on a silver plate because we stink. We stink. From the first minute to the last, we were fucking terrible. Havertz was so stupid he could have passed Felix at one run and decided to dribble. Or do we call that a dribble or do we call that an arse first touch? The silky German, generational talent. He will link up well with João Felix, I'll tell you. He will do well with Felix. Felix will be the guy to unlock Kai Havertz. These are the excuses I'm now starting to hear. It is 2023. Give up on this bum. He is one of the worst signings this club has ever made. And people will still try and shoehorn him into lineups, try and figure out and make 10,000 word dissertations on how to get the best out. Maybe if you put him in this position, he's a number 10, off the shoulder, moonwalking, gun-leaning, goal-scoring midfielder. Shut up, man. He's crap. He is crap. And we're stuck with him for 3 games now because of that red card. I can't be bothered. Can't be bothered. Felix balled out and then got sent off. Yep, just undid all the work. Felix was really good. He was really good. It was refreshing to see somebody look that good. But he's gone now. 20% of his league games are gone. Just like that. 3 million out of that loan fee is down the drain. Just like that. So he's kind of undid all the work that he did because that would have given me optimism for the next few games. It genuinely would have. I would have had something to be positive about. Cool, I'll see Felix play again. He can give me something to build off. Big up Lawrence in the chat. I see you, my G. I'm just getting all the super chats out of the way. And then, oh, fucking hell, I'm back. I'm far behind. Right, I'm just going to go from where the stream started because I'm too far behind on these comments. Cool. Professor King saying, James, Kante, Chilwell, Silva, only world class. Yep, big facts. Daniel says, big ups for your fan cam last night. You said what our fans are afraid to say about Tuchel and Roman. Yeah, big up Abramovich, but like, it's Abramovich's board that's had the shit transfer windows for the last 5 to 6 years that are partly the reason why we're here. Tuchel, we don't need a midfielder. We have Conor Gallagher. We have Loftus-Cheek. We have the remnants of N'Golo Kante and Kovacic. We are fine. Partly to blame as well. Partly to blame too. Cool. Trust the process. He said, bro, like Potter is partly to blame for the lineup. He's not completely exempt from criticism. He needs to stop playing his favourites. He needs to actually make incisive substitutions instead of the same thing, just with worse players. But he's the last of my issues right now. It's the squad first. Squad first and foremost before we get anywhere else. Ah, fuck's sakes. Always a bit ill. No coach can fix individual mistakes. Big up. Rhythm just says, just here to say thank you for AC. That is just insult to injury, my friend. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. I'm struggling enough, and you're just going to remind me that we gave away someone who probably would have us in a better position than we are. I do need to get him back on the wall properly. The sticky tape's coming off a bit, but I'll sort that on a later date. Big up. How do you manage? Bro, I was searching for my Ajax kit. I couldn't find it. So I wore this because it reminds me of the good old days when we were actually a respectable footballing institution before we turned into a load of crap. But yeah, I wanted an Ajax shirt, but I couldn't find it. Man said we are staying up. Yeah, we might not be. We might not be, bro. We might not be. 500 in here. Do we have 100 likes? Are we still doing this Chelsea conversion rate? No, we're on 98. We're close. All right, fair enough. Keep rising up, guys. You have to laugh or you cry, bro. You really do. Big up, beautiful game. I'm glad you were waiting, my friend. Big up, my guy. Love what Felix brought, but we continue on. Yep. So Lewis saving a place on the wall next to Giroud for a Potter pick. You know what? Maybe I could get one. It depends on if they're selling any at in the stalls outside the bridge. They probably won't because half of them's Potter out. But maybe. Man said the Senegalese Batista. You've raised my mood, Khalid. Pick up. Senegalese Batista don't care about the club. Spanish Bambi on ice is finished. Havertz cares more about his donkeys. Well, he relates to them. He is one. And Potter needs to show his balls like Simeone. Pause. Completely agree with all that. Koulibaly. I keep saying I want to give him time. Fuck me, this guy is pissing me off. Game in and game out, he's just getting worse. The likes of Scott, who, if they're watching, are completely vindicated. Because I would find it hard to defend this. I am struggling to defend this shit. Game in and game out, he looks like a fucking bozo, man. Individual mistakes, left, right, and centre. He's not commanding anything. We're just a mess all over the spot. All over the spot. What is Kepa doing on the second goal? This is why I can't have 100% faith in him, by the way. 2 games now, 2 stupid mistakes. The first goal for City, the second goal for Fulham. This is why, big up Kepa, you're having an amazing season. I can't trust you, man. I just can't trust you. I cannot trust you. And it's because of situations like this. Because you're not consistent enough. Over a full season, you're not. It's just not good enough. Too many individual mistakes, man. I said the Senegalese Bobby Lashley, bruv. Fuck it. Fuck it. Jao Felix showing passion in a derby. He probably didn't even know it was a derby until he got in there. Let's not do it. Let's not do it. Potter out. No, I'm not Potter out. I'm not Potter out. The squad is the problem before Potter. You can criticize, but Potter is not the problem. Not yet. Not until he gets his players. Yeah, Lawrence, if you want the link, I will send it over. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Bell Silva said we need a Silva in attack and a Silva in midfield too. She's moving reckless on Twitter. I can't lie. She's very close to revealing some big information on the dressing room. And I will be there no matter what. No matter what. William would still be Chelsea's best attacker. Big facts. Shake a leg, Aspi, you fraud. Big fucking facts. Chalobah, yeah, bro. Like I've been backing Chalobah so much this season, and he just stunk today. And you know what? I won't gun at him too much because he has been consistent enough throughout the season, and I think this has been his first bad performance in a while. But come on, man, you gotta be better than that. It weren't even just a goal. He struggled physically the entire match. The entire match. Lost his attacker for the second goal too. He needs to be a lot better. Needs to be a lot better. Poku, I agree as well. Carney needs to be starting the next game. Needs to be starting the next game. Oh, and what a question. Yeah, let's talk about Kova. Let's talk about Kova. This guy is flying under the radar right now. He's been atrocious for too long this season. The ability to beat the press is inconsistent. The passing is atrocious. The decision-making isn't good enough. And it's half the reason why we keep losing possession. Kova needs to pattern up, man. Energy's been on Jorginho a lot this season, and it's been rightly deserved. We need to talk about Kova. We need to talk about Kova because he hasn't been good enough. Hasn't been good enough for too long this season. The City game was nice. The City game in the league was nice. I ain't forgetting about the City game in the cup. It's not been good enough. Not been good enough. What else everyone's saying? I guess we're doing 3 hours of player blaming. Bro, we can talk about Potter. I don't agree with the lineup. I don't understand how Mount and Havertz got in the line. Oh, shit, to be honest, who else could you put in? At least one of them. Put one of them in and give me Oba. Because Pulisic and Sterling's out, so I get it. It's whatever. It's either them, Gallagher, or Ziyech. It's just trash v trash v trash v trash. So one of them's going to make it into the lineup. But you can play Oba. You can play Fofana if you don't want to play Oba. If there's some issue off the pitch with Oba, you can play Fofana. But we're still doing this Kai Havertz up top in 2023. That I'm finished with. I can't be bothered with that. If I see Mount and Havertz in the same lineup on Sunday, I'm on to Potter. I'm on to Potter because that's pissing me off. The substitutions as well, they need to be faster and they need to actually have an impact. No, part of the reason why they don't have any impact is because it's late. So yeah, we can be on to Potter. I'm fine with that. But I'm not going to be Potter out. You might be Potter out, Josh, and that's fair enough. It's whatever. But we move. Lewis, who signed Havertz? Havertz was a board signing, bro. Literally just Google it. Lampard said he got given Havertz. He didn't ask for Havertz. So that was a board signing. Lewis, didn't you want Tuchel out? No, I didn't. I didn't want Tuchel out. I was so shocked when he got sacked. I said he made mistakes. Anything that went wrong with the midfield this season, I would be blaming Tuchel for if he was still in the job. But I was never Tuchel out. Never Tuchel out. I can't believe we finally settled the William v. Mount debate. My idol is finished. It's all mad. It's all mad. Yeah, fuck Roman and all those. So stop it, man. Like, the point still stands, even though we won trophies. There was nothing about the long term, and we had shit windows for about 4 or 5 windows in a row. That's going to have a long-term effect. You're being too small-minded about it, my friend. What else? We call Kepa Dracula now, Lewis. They're both scared of crosses. He was better at crosses this season as well. So it was just yesterday. It was just very indecisive. Very indecisive. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Opinions on Brozier. My guy's injured. My guy's injured. So I don't get it. What happened to Badiashile? I don't know, but play him. At this point, play Fofana, play Badiashile, play Chukwuemeka. Who else? Play Lewis Hall in centre mid, by the way, because I think we hung him out to dry a little bit yesterday. I don't care. I am at the point. Play the youth. Give me Cobham. I don't care anymore. Because these players, the experienced ones, are the ones letting us down. Other than Silva. What else? Well, this is the worst Chelsea side I've seen. Completely agree. It's okay. I'm a Juve fan. I know what it feels like to be muddy. Ain't you lot second? You guys are second, I swear. You guys had like 8 league titles in a row. It's all mad. Do a scope. Whatever, man. I do still think he can turn it around, but fuck me, he's shit right now. I'm very close to just giving away my stocks. But fuck him, he's shit anyway. Lewis, was that you shouting stuff at Potter? Sounded like you. Yeah, it was me. It's a shame Fata cut off the end when I said sell Havertz, but it's whatever. Yeah, I'm glad he did get some love from the fans though. Like he does need it. He really does need it. Imagine watching that game and Koulibaly is one of them. Don't tell me you think Koulibaly played well. Please tell me you don't think that, because I don't get that. I don't get that at all. Chalobah had his worst game in a Chelsea shirt last night. I think there might have been worse from last season, but it was one bad game in a string of good games. So I'm not going to call him too much. But come on, man. You were partly liable for both goals. Like, come on, man. You should be doing a lot better. Should be doing a lot better. What else? Oh, big up Said. Big up, my guy. Just here to dance on my grave a little bit more. Hope you're all good. Lewis was too cool out with the same... I wasn't too cool out. Why'd you keep saying this? I wasn't. Football Skiller says, thanks for Rudiger. No worries, my guy. You're welcome. Just take care of him, man. Take care. Havertz in the same category. Yep, bro, I keep saying Kai Havertz is top 3 worst signings in the 2000s for Chelsea. Top 3 worst. What else? Squad is a huge issue, but Potter is not blameless. Yeah, Potter isn't blameless, and I'm not going to take away blame all from Potter. But I still think it's the squad that's our biggest issue, and I will keep saying that on top. But Potter definitely deserves some criticism for this game too. And that's fair. Just not on this Potter out thing. Ellie says, everyone is saying Potter isn't good enough for Chelsea. No, these players are not good. Thank you. This is why this is not Chelsea FC. This is Fulham Broadway FC until I start seeing some consistency. It's as simple as that. What do you think should happen with Mount and Havertz in terms of their futures? If we get an offer for either of them, sell. Sell. I don't care. Maybe Mount could be a decent squad player because we didn't pay anything for him, but he can't be starting. Havertz, he's 72 million. Get rid of his arse while there's still some resale value. He's just shit. Lewis, I said, yeah, no, I did see that, and this world just stinks, but it's whatever. It's whatever. Oba doesn't want to be here. I hear this argument so much, though. Why is that? Because he's not said anything to the board. He's not said anything to the media. He has turned up for training, and he's turned up to every game as regularly as possible. So how are we saying that? I don't understand that. We can't say Oba doesn't want to be here unless he hands in a transfer request, unless he refuses to turn up for training, or unless he speaks to the media. Oba just isn't being given a fair shout. And it's a shame because, like, now Felix is out for 3 games. It's like, what's even the point of playing him? He's just going to suffer next to Mount and Kai anyway. So what's the point? But Felix and Oba, I wanted to see that. I wanted to see Felix and Oba together. Because I feel like there could be something there between the pair of them. It'll be a while before we find that out. Palace, Liverpool, Fulham. We got Fulham again in the... We're going to get duppy twice in a month by fucking Fulham. Fulham. Fucking Fulham. I hate this shit. Fuck off, man. Not you. Appreciate the donation, but I just can't be fucking bothered. Shit football team. What else is everyone saying? Is it true that... No, he wants like 200, 250k a week, but it's still not enough. It's still nowhere near enough. Big up Zane saying Felix was bright and why I don't know why Carney isn't starting. He didn't start the cup game, which made perfect sense. And we're not starting him in this game. Put him in the Palace game. Put him in the Palace game. Because if he plays and he's out of his depth, I'm not going for Potter. I'm going to say, cool, I wanted that change. It's whatever. Maybe a bit of experience for him. Whatever, I don't care. But stop playing the same crap. Hell, Zakari is now out. So we might as well. What is it going to be? Is it going to be a midfield 3, Jorginho, Kovacic, and Carney? I would rather that than Mount. I would rather that than Mount. Or what? Maybe it'll be Jorginho and Carney, because I don't expect Kova to start both games. Felix was bright, though. Yeah, he was, but I'm just pissed off with the red. The red was so stupid. So dumb. Johnny, big up Johnny, but of course he's going to back Havertz and Mount. It's just the same old. It's whatever. I don't care anymore. I know where his opinions are going to be. It's whatever. I don't care. He's never going to change his mind. What happened to Havertz? He was good for Bayer Leverkusen. It's a worse league. That social distancing league is the same league that Michy Batshuayi averaged a goal a game in. Ones that likes of Andre Silva balled out in and then went to Serie A and was shit. President Jafar said we sacked Ancelotti when we were in 3rd. Oh, my days. I don't think that was the right decision either. But it's whatever. Chelsea turned Lewis into a Cobham sound. Fuck it, bro. Fuck it. Remember that video we did at Mind? Yeah, I remember that. That was the keep or sell one. Half the ones we wanted out are still doing pistol, and then we added even deader players on top of that. Big up yourself, Craigo, my guy. I hope you're good. It's nice to see you in here. Only little positive to everything. But big up everyone that's in it, though. Keep running up the likes. Yeah, just keep doing your thing. Away end was... I expected it to be more toxic. I didn't think it would be like that. It was actually not that bad. Sunday, though, if we lose, yeesh. Or Liverpool, because everyone travelling for a 12:30 just for the inevitable L. They'll be fuming. Speaking facts on the fan cam yesterday, fans are impatient. It's the players that are spineless. Big fucking facts. Arif said, why didn't you tell Pothead to sell Mount as well? Wasn't really on my mind, but I don't understand why I'll criticize Havertz and then people come and why do you criticize Mount as well? You think I don't do that? Like, come on, what are we doing? Appreciate the super chat anyway, my guy. Appreciate it. Goyam says poor protection is laughable. Well, when another manager comes in, does fuck all with the squad too, and we're in the same position, cool. We go right back to stage 1 then. So whatever. Potter leaving changes fuck all. And I don't think people understand that. We're stuck where we are until the end of the season. Get me my 15 points and then I'm done. I don't care. I don't care after that. Lewis is worse than 15, 16, 17, 18 and Charity FC altogether. Big facts. Big facts. Hey, Fulham Broadway FC, I'm a Barca fan and we want to face you. Nice. Our fee is one Andreas Christensen. And then we can talk. It shouldn't cost you too much. I think you got him for a good fee. So yeah, don't worry. Me and Fata could get a game at this. Fuck it, I wouldn't mind. You lot would have better link up. I'm down. Wherever you want to play, pick a position. The only one you can't take is Silva's. Pick up Zion. It has been a minute. It doesn't hurt anymore. It's just shit. I hear that, but I think it's just because my dumb ass is still going to games that it still hurts. If I was streaming, I'd just be laughing for it. What else? I can't answer that one. No chance. Fulham is looking for a move in London. Chelsea also looked at Beto from Udinese. I haven't got a clue about him, but I'll have a check. I'm a Barca fan. Can we face you, Fulham Broadway FC? Again, one Andreas Christensen, and we can talk. We can talk, my friend. Until then, phone's going down. Phone is going down. Lewis, don't die for Aubameyang. Who else do we play? Like, if it's Fofana, whatever, I don't care. Play Fofana. I'm fine with that. That's an okay alternative. But I know Obba's bagging me goals if you give him consistent chances. So, yeah. Goem says he gave everything on that tackle. Graham Pulis on Felix. Can't be asked, bruv. Appreciate the donation. Justice is asking for the link. Let me just refresh. Oh, shit. Yeah, we got a couple super chats. Let me just scroll all the way down. Tibbs says, well said, Lewis. 4 out of 5 bad windows is the cause of this. Thank you for understanding. Thank you so much. But honestly, I know it's the past, but we wouldn't be this bad. We would. We would. This is what I just don't get why people don't understand this. We would be this bad with Tuchel. We were playing this bad last season. We only got top 4 because Spurs had Nuno in charge for 3 months, and he was literally an enemy. He's literally an enemy of Spurs, and they still finished a point behind us. We did everything to give Arsenal 3rd place, and then they bottled it in the last few games of the season. That's the only reason why we finished 3rd. Realistically, we should have finished 5th. And then if we finished 5th and we started the season the way we did, I don't think people have that same energy. The fact is, if Tuchel was here, we would not be doing Potter in and out. We would be doing Tuchel in and out. So what would be the difference? It would be a matter of points. We would still look this bad. I am so set on that. Tuchel would barely change a thing. Because we'd still go to City away twice. For both cup games. We'd probably lose both of them the way we've set ourselves up. That guy would play a 2-man pivot with Gallagher in there. And we know how that worked. Mount and Havertz would still be in the lineup. Koulibaly weren't any better under him. We'd still have the same injuries. So what would change? Nothing would change. Genuinely, nothing would change, bro. But thank you for the super chat. Adrian says, why are Mount and Havertz always in the starting lineup regardless of performances? That is on Potter. And he has to change that. Other players are given a few minutes or a single game, then benched for subsequent games. Exactly. Potter needs to pattern up on that. Because now he's doing the same sort of favoritism that I was gunning Tuchel for. He needs to fix that up immediately. Immediately. Is there any other super chats? Or are we just going to keep running? Everyone's saying facts. Big up, everybody. Big up. Lewis, how do you rate Felix? Felix was a baller. Felix was unbelievable. He looks like everything that people pretend Havertz is. But he's still stupid for that red. Lewis Hall says, West London is ours. See what's happened to us. You know what? Fair plays. Deserve your flowers. You deserve it. You played well. We are like the 1-1-1 service. 1 red, 1 lost, 1 injury. Can't be asked, Cameron. Big up yourself, my guy. No, we wouldn't. We're on the verge of being worse than 50. We played just as badly under Tuchel for like the last 6 months. I don't understand this, Kai, but I'm going to send a link out. Is there any other super chats? No one says, wait, we were as bad as last season. We got 74 points, bro. We played, use the eye test. Half the games we were watching towards the second half of the season, we were piss pouring. And then we had a worse window. We let 2 of our best centre-backs go on a free, and we declined. Every aspect of our squad declined. So it was building from last season. We did fuck all to help ourselves, and it's got worse since then. So, yeah. Lewis, do you think Bowley is going to bid for Weghorst since he likes copying other people's exam answers? We might. We might. Right, links going out. So, yeah, like, subscribe, or all of that. You already know. Did Lauren say that you wanted the link? I haven't seen anything. Okay, yeah. Oh, Lauren says he is free. All right, cool. I'm going to send it to Loz, and I'm going to send it to everybody else. Oh, shit, no, Loz, you're in the StreamYard, didn't it? Like, actually, I'll just send you the link anyway. One sec. Cool. Right, link is going out. Because... And let's chop out this shit. Let's chop it all up. Like, subscribe, all of that. You already know. Oh, shit. Alex, I'll send you my name in a little sec. Just let me send the link out. Bear with me for a quick sec, people. Calm. Insta. Everyone hit the likes as well quickly. I'm only going to be a couple more secs. Motherfucker. Calm. There we go. That should be everybody. Oh, fucking hell. We're full up already. Mad. Yes, guys. Right. Who wants to start?
I'll go because I'm not going to be long.
Yeah.
I got going on.
I was about to say let Jester goes because he got to go to work early. Oh, no. Today's Friday. You get a massage.
No. It's my mom's birthday today.
Happy birthday to your mom. Go.
Happy birthday, Mama Jester.
So it ends Friday the 13th. So let's have it right. I really want to just build on what you've been talking about. Everybody thinks that what's happened to this football team's happened in the last 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
No. If you think that, you're not smart enough to talk. Really, go play in traffic. It'll help the whole world out. It just doesn't. Stuff like this just doesn't come up. It's a process to where, like you said, 4 to 5 bad windows. Who was the last midfielder that's still at Chelsea that we bought?
Kovacic. And that was nearly 6 years ago.
Right. So, hello, we have a bad midfield, which looks worse when you don't have the best right back in the world and one of the best left backs in the world on the pitch. Okay? If everybody has that short-term memory, last year when Reece James and Ben Chilwell were not on that pitch, we looked like shit. And the only reason that we had more points and played better is because we played a back three and parked the bus to ensure we covered for the shit midfield and the lack of attacking players down the wings.
We should try that now.
Well, we did. How did
Josh, we did last night against Fulham.
We did. We played a back three.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter at this
No, I meant
point.
to sit back and park the bus.
Well,
we haven't.
Josh, they tried it last night. It didn't work.
They didn't try.
Yeah, let Jester speak, please, because he got.
Sorry, Joe.
So we just need to stop blaming the owner or the manager. You sack the manager. You cannot bring any manager in that will do better with this squad. It is utterly done. There's no talent right now in this squad. You got take 11 starters off any, or 11 first team players off any squad in the top 4, and you tell me where they are on the table. They're going to be worse than us because we didn't have the depth issue that like take 11 players off Arsenal right now. Where's Arsenal? You take 11 players, including 6 to 7 starters out of that squad. They're down there in relegation fight because they are not even as deep as us. we're lucky that we call all these players crap, and they are crap, but at least they've played in this league before. So Bar City, we're the only ones that could even stay up with the amount of injuries that you have to your first team squad and your starters. Okay? This squad will not be better. I don't care who you put in attack until Reece James and Ben Chilwell come back. End of story. Until our best fullbacks come back into this team and provide width. Because remember, almost all wingers are now inverted. So who gives you the width on this team? Nobody right now. Aspie, wrong.
Nope.
Lewis Hall kind of can do it, but he's too young to be starting in this league game in, game out. Cucurella is not an attacking player.
Nope.
So good luck, because now it just makes our midfield look that much worse. Because Jorginho can't play in this league. Kova's pretty much done at this point. Conte's not even here. We just need to have a serious conversation and quit being so damn reactive to every little thing that happens. This team has to be rebuilt from the ground up.
Can I add to you just or something?
Sure.
I add as well. Alex
Yeah.
is gone. Well,
I was like, look, at least if you criticize specific things that you don't like or whatever, please give me an understanding why specific things. For example, the people that saying the Potter is that. Give me exact examples why you are criticizing Potter, why you criticizing players. And the guy that over here, I have to, you mentioned my name. Shit, I ain't coming back from you. Dusty. Whatever fuck your name is, Dusty. I'll call you Dusty because I can say
has begun.
Chelsea can win the league with two more players, Alex 2022, and I still stand by that statement. With the right manager and the squad that we had at the time, 2 plays that we needed at that time, yeah, we could have won the league. You can't prove me wrong because we were number 1 by December. So
last season, okay.
Yeah. What's his name? So that's, you can't tell me wrong. When I said that, it was a Tuchel who used to be my manager. There's no freaking way. But whoever wants to go.
I will say,
Scott, you go. Just let me go through these super chats. I'll let you go next. GoAM says new owners, declining squad, injury crisis, cutthroat fans, and panel. Please explain how 30% win rate Brighton bum was the right guy to handle this. It is still too early to judge that because of literally all the factors.
I mean, come on with this, Jesus Christ, dude.
Unexempt says, look at our only 2 goals since the World Cup. The ball has to miraculously drop in front of an open goal for us to score. Beyond embarrassing, in, big facts. And Franco G says, no manager can do anything with a squad like this. Big fucking facts. Scott, go on, bro. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, when it comes to our views on football, our views on this club, me and Justice don't agree on a lot of things. Everything he just said there is facts. He's spitting about everything he's just said. You can't blame Potter for where we're at now, solely. I mean, there are things he takes blame for, like picking the same fucking players all the goddamn time, despite the fact they let him down consistently. You can blame that him for. You can blame the formation changes and shit like that when he doesn't need to. You can blame that for him. There is, in terms of where you look at where we're at now and the problems with our club right now, there's at least 6 people at fault for certain things. Whether that's Marina and Abramovich for the dumbass players they brought in that are now useless and are hampering our squad, or the fact they didn't buy certain players that would have benefited this squad because they wanted to be stingy or wanted to go after this player because it fit or whatever. You look at Tuchel because he didn't want a midfielder, wanted to sign Aspie to a new contract. Look how well that's going now. You look at even Lampard by the fact of look at some of the fucking youth players he brought in that now we cannot get rid of or cannot seem to move on from, and they are hampering this squad. And this mentality that the youth can solve everything and we need to have 6 youth players in our team at all times in this bollocks. Then you look at Bowley and the fact of why were you going to back Tuchel so much just to sack him straight away? Just sack him when you come in and then bring in Potter and give him the summer window. Then you look at Potter and all the things I said. There is at least about 6 people at least at fault for where we are as a club right now. You cannot put it all on
Scott.
What's his face? On Otter, you can't put it on Bowley, but you also can't put it all on Roman and Marina. It's a group thing where all of these people have done a little bit here and a little bit there to fuck this club up in one way or another.
And Potter's one of them.
Yeah, Potter's one of them. But again, Potter's one of them.
Because the 2 people just said it. Sorry, Scott. You and Jester said one thing about Thomas Tuchel that I completely keep hearing this thing. The Thomas Tuchel did not want a midfielder. I understand that point of view, but if you wanted to play the way he wanted to play, you can see and understand why he did not want a midfielder, because the way he thinks, the way he wanted to play, he did not need a midfielder. What he needed is creative players. That's how he played. If you look at PSG, his midfield was not the priority. The priority was individual talent in the final third, and that's how he saw the game. I understand what you're saying. For me, the midfield is most important. I don't agree with him. But at least that guy was seeing football, and he wanted to play his football the way he did.
But does that work
This
in
guy,
the league?
no. The what?
Does that work in our league, though, Alex?
Well, how many times did we say, hold on, no. It did not work. That's why he was looking for those creative finishers in the front. That's
But when we pretty high up on the
Hold on a
creation,
second. Let's make it organized conversation this time. I don't want to yell because I'm pissed off, and I'm not gonna be nice. I'm gonna go off, and we'll lose some friends over here. What I'm trying to say is, when at least he knows how he wanted to play, and he is buying the players with individual talents in final third. Because if you remember, we still had Kai Havertz, Mason Mount playing in those positions, and by not good finishers. So he wanted to be a slow build-up, what I didn't like. He wanted a slow build-up possession game and get to the final third, and then he wanted individual talents to break that thing and finish it. It looks good the way he thinks, and it looks good the way we played for the first half of a season, right? At least this guy thinks that way. I don't know how this guy thinks. That's the only thing I have about the Tuchel didn't want a midfielder, because I was against it. I always wanted a midfielder.
I'm gonna go next as well. Like, I've seen our offense has been poor this season, but after last night, that was the best offense I could ever remember for the most of this season, even before the goal.
Well, just okay,
I'm out, bro.
Yeah,
Y'all have a good one.
Yes, sir.
Just
Happy birthday, Mama.
Big up.
Happy birthday, Mama Jester.
And also,
I appreciate it.
Well, yeah, big up, Justice. Happy birthday, though. But I'm gonna say as well, like the concern yesterday, that the build-up play was poor. Like I would say like it's easy to blame Koulibaly because I feel like it's mostly on coaching because the spacing in that first half wasn't good either. Anyway, my second issue as well is like.
They ain't coaching anymore.
Oh shit!
Here's the thing, like this is. I would say this is not a bad luck, but I feel like this is a bad preparation. I don't know how we've got like 12 injury now. If it's like our training or medical staff made these players look like a broken glass, or it's certainly not a coincidence that the injury have been increasing a lot for the last 1 year at least.
I'm all for giving Potter more time. But like some of the lineup decisions are so frustrating. Like, why does Havu and Mount keep playing? Why doesn't Carney play at all? He just had a great game against City.
He's a young player.
He's got to rest, Jeff. He might have injury concerns.
Potter,
Carney?
he's got to make a bold decision at times. Like
He does.
at one
That's
point,
the thing.
like he's so
played Hall.
undecisive at times in this kind of decision
Yeah,
because
Hall's good.
at one point, like if you put Carney Chukwuemeka in that team, he would have think like, I would put him in the starting lineup straight away. Like it's causing some problems.
Yeah, but he played so well though off the bench against
That's
City.
the thing.
And City's a good team, and that's why I was like,
I would. You know what? I just want Potter to be more ruthless in this kind of decision.
That's what I'm saying.
I
That's
don't
why
care.
Father, we heard that you.
I don't care if you got-
was fucked up. But like,
I don't care if you got world-class players in that dressing room on a high wages. If you're the manager, you're in charge. If the player doesn't perform, drop them in.
drop them. That's one thing. He has to take some of the blame too. He has to.
Father, we heard how you feel about him after the game when he chased him down into his van. Oh, manager Potter, we love you, best manager in the world. We're behind you. You and your
Yeah,
4
Lewis
cents.
screaming. Mason Mount minerals. I heard it. I heard Lewis screaming. I heard Lewis screaming. Kai Havertz, stay for another 5 years. I heard you, Lewis.
That is slanderous. That is slanderous. I'll take you to court for that. Bro.
Every day that goes by,
Go on, Jay. Go on, Jay.
sorry, every day that goes by, Alba is getting worse and he's getting older. Why don't we were 2-1 down at Fulham and you're not playing Alba at all? You're gonna go next summer.
It took him 15 minutes to make a change after we went down 2-1.
Yes, that as well. That's why I'm blaming Potter because
What are you fucking doing?
making subs the 75th minute. Why? Make
a change at half.
Yeah, halftime or maybe 60.
What are you watching?
Yeah,
But it's not his players. Like he doesn't know how to work with him. Wait till you get another 26 players in. Look, it's just people been giving. I don't like how people give Potter such an easy pass for we're chilling at 10th and we're going to easily be 12th. Not long because Villa's playing great and we're versus Palace and another little London battle there and our team can't get up for it. Potter is in a airspace where he's never been. Right, he's struggling. He can't breathe. Right, we have a situation. This team has the characteristics of a lost dressing room, and Potter's trying to make peace with everyone. That's why he won't drop people. No, Alex, sorry, buddy. You don't believe it, but go watch every other time. We should be the most experienced of seeing teams that the dressing room's lost. Last night, and I said, you guys remember too. I said Felix is going to play great and play for himself. He played a little. No one matched his energy. Right, he came on. And he's playing. He's playing for himself, right? And he's going to keep doing that. He's probably going to be our best player every game because he's not playing for Chelsea.
Talent-wise,
no, but Josh, he's not playing for the club or he's not playing for the club or the manager.
One thing I don't see.
I don't
care.
This is a
that's interrupting. I want him to finish.
Wait, guys. Declared Scott, Alex. Go on.
Yeah, and even when Alex brought up, like even last season, we were like third on chances created. We had no creators, but the system still made chances. If you could, everyone says, and everyone blamed the last regime. Yeah, we did recruit badly. We have a bad batch, but we overachieve with a bad batch of players, right? And the manager did that, and the support. We've gutted everything, started again. Bowley, who's new here, right? He's made a rash decision, and he's put a manager in that there is nothing for us to look at Potter and say he can do it. If you guys and the biggest offense is people say, well, who are you going to get? If Pep Guardiola is here, right, and he finished 12th, right, at least I can say, you know what? When this guy gets going, right, we've seen it before. He's going to make a team. But you can't say that with Potter. You guys are trusting a man that's going to build a team, right, that we have question marks. And that's how you add to the same problem we've had in the past about more deadwood. Right, so if you trust a manager, we blame the players. Doesn't work out. We just add to the problem. Right, that's why I don't trust it. That's why
there's
it should take more
that
to
I disagree with you. But you go.
I was gonna say there's multiple things there. Like number one, I just want to go over this point about effort and shit like this. I'm sorry, like effort is the fucking bare minimum, man. Like I see people on Twitter like praising Mount for clapping the fans. Fuck off. Talking about clapping the fans. I don't give a fuck.
I agree with you on that, Scott. I agree with you on that.
If people want to go and watch something to understand more, to illustrate how I am with this, there's a video that's going out right now by a couple of accounts on Twitter of Mikel Arteta. I don't know what game it was. It was during the All or Nothing documentary of after a loss of a what's it called? When they're in the dressing room, and he talks about effort and shit and whatnot, and about how it's not fucking good enough. And again, it's like he's talking about old players that want to, they're happy that, oh, I lost that challenge or I lost the ball. It's fine because if I run a bit more, I'll get the ball the next time. It's not fucking good enough. I don't care about effort. I don't give a shit if people play for this club or not. If they're just good, cool. Like, do you think Diego Costa cared about playing for this club? No, he was still just good. I don't give a fuck. Like, playing for this club and caring and all that shit, that's the bare minimum. And at the end of the day, if they're just good and they can just perform, I genuinely couldn't give a shit. That's all I care about is whether you perform as a player.
Yeah, but Scott,
whether you kiss the badge, whether you pump your chest, whether you knee slide. Fuck that. I want performances. I don't give a fuck about anything else.
But Scott, what you just said was who was in the dressing room undressing the players? Who was the one getting on their ass? Who was it?
And I agree.
Manager?
Potter should be more like that.
How do you know?
I am now at the stage for Potter.
I am now. Come on, Moyo. If you look at this guy and you listen to him talk for 5 seconds and think he's in that locker room ripping these guys' asses, I don't know what to tell you, dude.
I don't know that.
I am now with Potter where I'm still on this thing of like the charisma thing. I don't think matters, but I am now where just once rip into these players, just see what happens. Just rip into these players and see what happens. Because
Can,
like,
um,
what have you got to
Apparently he
lose
does.
at this point? What
I
have you
wanna
got?
I wanna say two things that I don't agree with declared. First of all, I don't see that players stop playing for the club. I just see that we're not good enough. Because I'm sorry, those chances that we did, it doesn't show me that actually players don't play. I showed the players didn't want to play for Tuchel. I've seen it. The players, when players didn't want to play for Tuchel, I've seen it. I can tell it. This team, it's not that. My criticism with what's his name with Potter is I understand inexperience, and people keep telling me there is a reason that he got this job, and I remember I was like, okay, if we build in a project, he could be one of the project, but maybe things not right. What I'm saying is the way he's doing it, it doesn't matter if we in or out. It looks like he literally can actually fire himself based on how he goes. I don't think so. Please tell me if we lose next 2-3 games.
He's done. He's out.
He'll still be in the job.
I mean, do you guys think that the club's going to just let him
Not gonna
lose with
walk away.
impunity?
Yeah,
Like, they're
and
just going to let him lose out?
Josh, I agree,
It
bro.
depends, I think.
I agree.
Depends.
I think
I
the
think
thing
that's-
is,
and that's the point.
I'll be
Another thing.
completely honest with you. I'll be completely honest with you. I think if we're not going to get relegated, and I don't think we will. I know our position,
He's
but I
not
don't think we
going
will. If we're not getting relegated, he's not going.
Exactly. We'd
Yeah,
have to
it's
be like
only-
a point of relegation with 3
it's a
games left.
relegation that'll
Look,
break the camel's
There's
back.
two ways
Hold
about
on
it.
a second.
Paulie's
There's
got to
the
double
people
down.
forget. Look,
or
there's the
fire.
people forget about that. You see, that's the problem. What I have. Oh, the second problem that I have. What's his name? First of all, we're not buying the players for the
Yep.
Potter. We're buying players based on what's the name of
Philosophy of the
Vivel.
club. Well, yeah,
So
the philosophy
it's not
of the club.
Potter. So it's not. It's
Potter
not
wasn't
that.
part of the philosophy too.
No. Before that, he was a part of
Yeah,
it.
he's
Now it's
right.
not because Bowley was talking to him. Now it's different. So my
Yeah, so-
point. Yes, declare. We have a
I was just
Vivel.
going to say because he came before the guy that's going to
Yeah,
give that philosophy, so it makes sense that the next person is going to be part of it.
Exactly.
If
so
that
that's why you're
happens.
bu- no, but exactly. so that's why you're buying players for. You're buying players that theoretically can work with Potter, and if not, they work with the next guy.
Yeah.
No, the
yeah.
players I was referring to was probably more like Felix players and whatnot. I think Bowley has
No,
made a
Felix
big
works-
call, and he's
Felix
gonna back he's gonna try and make Potter look as maybe decent as possible. But before he does that, if Bowley is doubling down, so if he's gonna support his man, then he's gonna buy him some players for the now as well, right?
Who's
to help the
buying
situation.
these
And he
players?
should. And
Who
he
is
should.
who is the one
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
going and getting these
Well,
players?
I will say this as well. Like the reason why Felix was hold on.
Yeah.
The reason why Felix was on loan and we're not buying Enzo yet because Bowley's literally thinking about that FFP. If let's say we buy Felix right now, 60 mil plus 120 mil, we're going to be in trouble in the next 18 months because that FFP boom come in. That what's going to happen.
I
to
don't
us.
understand your
That's
point
what
of view on this situation. It's
I
like
don't think we're
completely
afraid
different.
of FFP, or we can't change his
Okay.
team.
No.
I mean, everyone's
That's
talking
not,
about changing
no,
team,
no.
then we can't.
I mean, that actually makes sense because May is when we start the new financial year. If we're able
April.
April.
okay, April and May, either way, it's going to be in the summer that we can spend like legit again. We have to
No.
be careful how much we spend.
We still
this
have
summer.
revenue. Where did you get the idea that this is the final amount?
No, we can spend more, but maybe that dropping 120.
Yeah,
would
I
all
don't
be
understand
at
what we
And
why we can't have.
FFP is just
No.
3 years.
I don't understand
that's
why are
timeframe.
why are we talking about FFP at this point? This is not the
The
this
least
is
of our
not
problems.
the least of our problems
Yeah.
right now. Exactly.
Yeah, that's
This
that's
is
off
not what
topic.
it is.
That has to
Listen.
do
My
with-
problem is people don't realize that if you go into relegation zone, that's a different kind of mentality fight. People know, but you don't remember. It happened to Chelsea before. We've been relegated.
Yeah, Potter's
There's-
probably more used to that kind of fight anyway.
And if you know how, like for example, when you going into the top four and you try to win the league, there's a goes to mentality. The same thing it goes to mentality to get out of that bottom 3 spots. Do people understand that? The
Yeah.
closer you get, you see, if you think that now is pressure, how bad is the pressure for us to win?
He's gonna get worse.
Guess how much pressure will be if we can afford. Like now we can there's like you like this and shit, but you can breathe. But if you get closer to the relegation zone, you one lip in shit, one lip gets air, and you try to gasp. You literally try to gasp. You don't know what's the fucking relegation battle is. With people talking about the relegation battle like it's something like it's not simple thing.
It's a different type of pressure.
It's the different kind of pressure, and there's not such a thing as too big to fail. No such a thing. Leeds, Villa used to be a major force in Europe. What I'm trying to say is we need to not wait until relegation battle. We don't even need to actually talk about that thing. But it's bombshell that people actually so easily talking about it. This is why I'm talking to the bunch of kids over here that never, ever realized what's the relegation battle is. But you're telling me, we're not that close to relegation. It's like a quicksand. You step one and you're done. You fight against it. All of a sudden, injuries. All of a sudden, the players that you think that actually don't perform for you, wait until you get to the bottom.
I actually remember when it happened to Newcastle, how they had.
Oh my god! I couldn't believe
they had a whole bunch of.
Like,
they had a whole bunch of good players, and you see their mentality switched off. They're already thinking which club to go. It was. It was so bad, right? Because when they had teams they versed, they had nothing to play for. They still couldn't play. That team was lost. The players wanted to leave. They were thinking about where they're going to go. It was just a mess. That was just full of mercenaries.
Yeah, Newcastle
and a team like that, you didn't think that was You didn't think they would drop. I saw that game to game. I couldn't believe what I was seeing because they were that good and they still couldn't turn up.
No way Newcastle can be relegated. I was like,
Alex, you know what I remember? They were versing Villa, and all they needed to do was beat Villa, and Villa had nothing to play for, and nothing. They gave that game nothing, and Villa gave it to them. They played open football. Here you go. We're gonna play for fun, and they still lost 2-1. I think it was 2-0, 2-1, something like that. But I remember that clearly, and I couldn't believe how they couldn't. None of these players wanted it anymore, or they couldn't play for the club. There was nothing.
Exactly. There. You don't want low mentality players in that kind of situation.
Yeah. No,
if you think now we're weak, wait until if we get to that problem.
We're gonna crack. Exactly.
They'll think about which club they're gonna go to next.
Yeah,
and they're not gonna save the one they're at.
Because they don't care. They're gonna go to the next club.
Exactly. Yeah.
Remember one thing that Potter said in the beginning when he first come, and that's where I was like worried from the beginning. Like, whoa, that's a little too. I'm here to put the hand around the player's shoulders, and tell him that they are good players. That's the number one interview that he did. Remember that interview? He said, "I will come and I'll put the hand around this." Now squeeze the damn thing.
I know.
Right, let me go through a few super chats quick. Johnny says Chelsea is supposed to be the pride of London, but I don't see anyone other than Silva playing with pride for the club. Basically, yeah, we completely agree. Our only other one's injured. WRX94, big up yourself, saying I'm currently buying our new home shirt. You know, the one with blue and white stripes, and American Express is the sponsor.
Brighton's jersey.
Yeah, fair enough, my guy. That was smart. Nathan says Potter is a workman with shoddy tools. The tools are a little bit shit, but I can't lie. The workman needs to be a little bit better too. We can't just only say it's not on Potter. He is partly to blame. Guyan says, guys, Potter has lost the dressing room. May not be at the level of Tuchel, but is going to be. The players don't think he knows what he's doing. It goes both ways. It genuinely goes both ways. I understand the criticism for Potter, but I'm still going to keep saying it like a broken record. The squad is our bigger issue.
Yeah, but
Havertz out this summer, guys, says Donald.
100%.
Yes. Or maybe
100%.
1,000%. It's crazy how
I actually think it's on both
panel,
at this point.
Only Alex, me, and Josh are like Potter or critical of Potter. I don't know how you guys are so like nice to Potter right now. I don't understand.
I realised that in the same stream that myself and Lewis have both criticised Potter. You realise that, right?
Lewis chased this guy down into his van yesterday, telling him he's the best manager in the world. I don't want to hear Lewis is criticizing him.
That wasn't me.
You chased him down into his van saying he's the best manager in the world. That was the most cucky shit I've ever seen in my life.
And the Peaky Blinder over here, he's chilling. Yeah. Ooh, do you have
Potter does what he does on stream. He just kept saying one thing over and over
Potter,
again.
do you have an OnlyFans account?
Gaffer. Gaffer.
Scott, I hear you critical of him, but not to the extent you're still like giving him some leeway. I don't know how, dude. He's making shocking decisions. How is
Because as I said earlier, it's not just on him.
Listen, Scott, we played the three at the back yesterday. Did we not just buy a left-footed, left-sided center back?
Yeah, fair. That's on him.
Where is he?
The changes and the lineup is on him. The players he is working with is not on him.
That's what you're all complaining about. Are the players that he put on the pitch?
Exactly.
And that's what we're criticizing Potter for.
No, you're not.
Yeah. Also,
You're doing
the
the same shit that you're doing the same shit that the squad is not good. The squad is not good. No, he picks the team.
Yes,
to the
and
bell end, by the way.
in his favorites. I agree. I have said that like 6 times.
Cool. Also, to the bell end, by the way, who's mentioned about a few things like directing at me and others in the chat. I wasn't too clout. If you fucking watch the streams properly, you'd know that me and Lewis were never too clout. You dumbass.
Listen, when did he leave? When did he leave? September. He left in September, right? He's responsible for 40% of our points this season. He left in September.
Crazy, man. That's actually insane.
And I also want to add that
of our points, our current points, 40% of them, and he left in September. And you guys are following this guy to his car, telling him he's the best manager in the world, and it's the players. It's the players.
Josh, he was lucky he wasn't in Spain or something. They would have chased his car and done something else.
Hey,
but these players weren't playing that
blocks when he got out there.
Hey, these players weren't playing this bad. Like, I mean, the players that are injured. No.
Leeds, West Ham.
Listen, I messed up. I messed up what I was saying. What I was saying was, you guys were bringing up injuries. When these players weren't injured, they weren't playing that good as well, right? They were playing just as bad. So injuries is not a big excuse for now as well.
Injuries as an excuse. Don't use
Everyone's using injuries, Andrew. Where you been? Everyone's using it. Everyone's bringing up the fact that injuries.
No one on this. I think the only person
so that wasn't for you then. That was for anyone that thought that injuries.
Injuries on this panel is now no longer on this panel.
Okay, and it's for everyone in the chat and everyone saying, yeah. And I've heard it many times. Because if injuries now are like as if now it's happening and now we just started playing bad. If we were playing well and injuries happen, yes, right. But the players weren't playing well as well. So everyone is giving massive leeway. And Scott, you made a list, right? And usually that list starts with the manager. Get rid of the manager if it improves, right? Then you get rid of all the players, you get rid of all the structure, and after that, right? That's how it's happened. But yeah, I've never seen a manager do badly and everyone gets rid of all the players, right?
Again, we're going to let these players get off the hook again. And they get another manager sacked, and it's it's cool. That's cool, no problem there. Then
we're not saying
they didn't get Tuchel sacked.
Like I said on a stream yesterday, the same thing I've seen multiple times. I've been there, bought the t-shirt, went back, bought another fucking t-shirt. I've seen this fucking movie about 100 times now. I've seen it before. I know what's going to happen. We're going to sign some new manager. It's going to work for 10 games. Then we're back to this shit. Rinse and repeat. We'll sack him after 6 months. Get another manager in. Then 10 games, cool. We're having a bounce with him. Then we sack him. Then it's 6 months down. Bro, it's the same fucking cycle I've seen for 20 since Abramovich has been in charge for 20 years. It's the same goddamn cycle I've seen.
Yeah, and you know what happens in that cycle? There comes a manager that gets something out of shit players, and we go, you know what? Let's give this guy.
Cool. So Tuchel got everything he could out of this squad, did he? He got everything he could. No, because there came a point at which there was a limit. Yes, he got. Let me fucking finish. He got more than what he got out of now. I get that. He definitely got more out of this squad than what Potter is getting out of. 100% agree. 100% understand that. Even he had a limit, and he was one of the best managers in the world. There will become a point at which you get in Zidane, Enrique, Pochettino, ex-manager. There is a limit. There will be a limit, and then at that limit,
agree. But once they hit that limit, that's when we give them the players, yeah?
At that limit is when the players down tools, that's when the losses come, and that's when we're in the same cycle of, we'll sack this manager now, get this manager because it's obviously not working. We got there with Potter.
But we never hit that.
Who remembers the two in and out conversations and debates we had in the summer?
Of course, every manager's had that conversation. But what I'm saying, in that process that you described, right, comes a manager and proves that he can do something with a bunch of players, and then we want to back him. That manager should be backed, and just everything that you give him to Potter should be. If Potter came in and showed something, right, for us to go, yeah, I want to trust this manager, and let's give him all the players, right, all he can give him and get his own team. But what he's doing now, I don't trust him with a new team. And if he stuffs that up, right, then we're left with a whole bunch of his players of dead wood and add to the whole pile that you're complaining about. There has to come that manager that can show us something, get something out of this bad squad, which how many managers in the past have done, right? And then we can say, yeah, that he deserves to get backed. But Potter isn't. And Potter doesn't have nothing about it. But he hasn't had the history as well that we can go off.
We're not building a team for a manager anymore. We're not building a team for a single manager. We're not doing that anymore. Why do you keep ignoring that fact?
Well, they brought him 3 new players already to put in. He doesn't play them, so it's like aside from Zhao yesterday, which he can go right into the lineup, but not Badashiel can't go in, Fofana can't go in. But
under that theory though, Potter didn't come in under that philosophy too. So if we're no longer doing that, Potter wasn't part of that. So Potter was just a filling to get the guy to that we're no longer getting from the manager, so he can be dispensable.
You still live in the past then. If you sound like this, that means you still live in the past. You've got.
No, I used the pass. I used the pass.
I was gonna say like the first 30 minutes of the stream was saying about how shit the past was. You mean under that ownership that won us literally every single trophy there is to win in the game? How crappy of a shitty past is that, man? My God, I've never seen a manager in my life. You guys are time out. So real quick, please. You guys are letting this.
Why are you being so sensitive about it? We're talking about the windows.
Oh, come on, man.
No, but
that's not what you're saying.
The last 5 years of Windows haven't been passed.
That's not what you're saying.
That's not what you're saying, Lewis. Yeah.
You're saying, they fucked us. They fucked us this. They fucked us that. I've never seen. You guys are letting this manager.
DM me your name, Lewis.
You're letting this man. You're letting this manager cloud an entire 20 years of nothing but winning. Because you think, we're in a process now. It's different.
We haven't won the league for 5 years, 6 years nearly, and we're talking about.
We haven't done well in the league for 6 years.
Well, we've never been 10th, I think. Or no, we've never been lower than 10th, have we? For the last 20 years.
There with Mourinho, who's the best ever manager we've had.
Have we been under 10th before?
Yes. 15, 16.
Yes. What do you mean? Yeah.
We were 15.
At this stage of the season?
Who was the best manager we've ever had in our lifetime at this club. And he also had a better squad than we do now.
What'd they do to him?
So
threw him under the bus.
Why didn't they get rid of all the players?
Threw him under the bus.
I didn't, and you know what? Everyone was Mourinho. Like, I didn't see anyone come in and go, you know what? It's his players' fault and get them out. You know what I mean?
Because those players, I tell you why, Declare, because those players in the past showed that they could do something. These lot haven't.
But Mourinho had like a past. Mourinho won titles here too. Do you know what I mean? Like he had something there.
Did you see the squad we had? Sorry, I just want to confirm. You saw the squad we had, and you've come to the conclusion that we're better now than we were then. That's the conclusion you've come to.
You're comparing that squad.
Of course, but you can bring up other teams have improved. You can bring a whole bunch of factors. The major factor is that you guys are casually accepting this position, and there's been no run of form, and we dipped. This has been from the get-go. There has been nothing to say we're going to improve.
No, we're not. Again, if you want my position on this,
so you're not accepting.
My position is really clear. I am again annoyed with stuff Potter does. There is stuff he does that seriously pisses me off now. But at the end of the day, my energy for what I want gone first is the players, because I can't go through the same fucking cycle again. Like I am getting pissed off with Potter. There are certain things he does that irritates the shit out of me, like the lineups, like the fact I just want him to just like go at these players now, just once. There are certain things he does that pisses me off.
But hold on a second. How many times that lineup is gonna change your mind to say Potter out? I tell you what,
Potter out will not happen this season. Potter out will not happen this season. I don't care what happens. It's not happening.
Okay, so if we lose in the next 5 games, you still saying Potter in?
Yeah, yes. Where's the line, Scott?
I'm waiting. No, because what I'm waiting for, Alex, is the window to see who the fuck we get rid of and who the fuck we get in. Because if nothing changes, if we keep the same players. No, Alex, if we keep the same players, so Havertz is still here, Mount's still here, Gallagher, Jorginho, whoever, if these guys are still here and they still continue to play after the start of next season, then it's a case of he is asking for these guys to stay, so fuck it, he's part of the problem.
What about relegation?
Let me ask the question.
Even if, bro, I told you, unless we are unless we're in the relegation zone, that is what will change my mind this season. Bar that, there is nothing that will change my mind this season about him being out. because at the end of the
Can I
day,
say something real quick?
my
Can I say
energy
something real quick?
is on these players. My
Unreal
energy
coke,
is more on
Scott.
these players
Unreal
because I
coke.
want to see what happens when these players go. I want to see what happens when things change a bit with the players. Because if Nkunku comes in and they attack next season, I know this is a big if. Say the attack next season is Felix, Nkunku, and fuck it, let's just say a Thuram, say for example, and things turn around and you can see that okay, now that Potter's got guys that he can work with, the other guys are starting to be dropped, they're not playing as much. Then you can go back to this and go, well, then we were right for waiting. Come the summer, we get those guys in, and the front three is still, Havertz, Mount, and X player. Then cool, nothing's changing, and he is then part of the problem because he trusts these guys. It was the same thing with Tuchel. One of the biggest criticisms, I love Tuchel, one of the biggest criticisms I had for him when he was in charge at the start of the season was he was still putting faith in Mount and Havertz despite the fact they were letting him down. And in the end, they were the ones that cost him. So it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing.
So hold on, let me say something real quick. I disagree. I think it's a little bit different. Because hear me out, right? So while the entire World Cup was going on, the only thing I was sitting there thinking about was, what kind of play style is Potter trying to instill into the players? I sat there for a month thinking, how are we going to improve after not having a single chance to lose? Because there aren't even any games. But when we come back, I see the same thing. No play style, different formations, different players being thrown in. That's my main problem with him, right? I understand you didn't have a preseason, but then you basically got one. And there's still no improvement. There's still not even he doesn't even have the formation set up. He doesn't even have a back line set up. You feel me? It just makes no sense. And it's the players, how is Chalobah messing up? He was there with him the entire time. And he's still messing up like this. And then same with Cucurella.
I can tell you. He went. This is the number one critique Potter again. Why? Why for fuck's sake he went back 3?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I think he picked it out of a jar on the day.
No, that's my point because I've been yelling and yelling and yelling. We defend better with less defenders than with more defenders. Because they get confused. When it gets to the point where the players that have to defend, those 3 get confused which one is supposed to do which part of the job.
Yep.
That goal that we conceded, the second one, look at the position of the center backs, man. None of them. He's all the way behind both of them. Again, Chalobah. Look,
Lewis, you're gonna have to hold that. You're gonna have to hold that because he was talking about how he needs to start. He was talking about how he needs to start.
I don't know what you think.
You was talking
Chalobah's
about
been great this season. Well, we're gonna be reactionary because of one performance.
One performance that cost us a game.
Yeah, he played poorly, and that's what happens.
Even
I'm saying that's why he doesn't start. And
Well,
you were calling for him to start.
I'm sorry. I'm glad we got to this, so I could cook our fans that want to do this bollocks again. This man want to talk about one game, went a half a season performing better than the 30 million 31-year-old guy that we signed that was meant to be the guy.
I don't want him starting either.
No.
I don't want Koulibaly starting either.
He can't perform, so the guy that's been here and has took shit off this fan base to the point of people wanted him out in the summer. He's come in, performed to the level where he's our second best centre back, and people want to give him shit after one game and say he's not good enough for this football club.
Look,
come on, man.
When you make decisions like you made yesterday, yes. When you make decisions like you made yesterday, yes.
One game, Dad. 3 games, cool.
Also, if I don't hear anyone playing, if I don't hear anyone blame Kepa first for that second goal, then I'm not listening.
Yeah. That's on Kepa.
Terrible.
That's on Kepa. There is no chance about it. That's on Kepa.
It's the whole team. Ain't nobody.
No,
safe.
it's not a whole team. Well, if you want to start with the whole team, it started with what's his name, with Kovacic losing the ball.
I don't even think
him too, but it's everybody.
Everybody.
Okay,
I'm a fault.
And Chalobah shouldn't be the one we're
Scott is
focusing
at fault because Scott said he want everybody to suffer, so it started with Scott.
It means everyone gets blame. It means nobody walks off the field feeling good.
Oh my God! Let's stop it, man.
Right. Just to get on the pause of this crowd, I'm gonna go through a few of the super chats. Franco G says we need to sell everyone, bring in Zidane and build him a squad.
Oh my God!
I mean, if Cole ends up
Zidane is not gonna build a good squad.
I don't care. Donald says I
Zidane,
wanted
man.
Enrique in because I thought Potter was clueless, but after watching players like Havertz week in and week out, I can't blame Potter, man. I just can't. You can criticize Potter where you want to, but like saying Potter out over this bummy squad just makes no sense to me. David says we haven't won the league in 5 years, so we should now wait for another 4 because magically we will win after all those years. Trust the process. No one's waiting 4 years if nothing changes. Like, it's going to be next season where I start to make my judgment. And David also says getting rid of most of these players is not so easy. Over the space of 1 or 2 seasons, it is.
We're not getting rid of anybody in this winter.
I'm just going to ask this as well.
No,
Robert, DM me. I'll send you a link. Twitter, Instagram.
Look,
just let me know what you sent it to.
Like, I'm just going to ask this as well. Like, can you imagine if we sack Potter at the end of the season? Can you how do you know how bad of an image that Chelsea would look like? Any manager.
It depends on who you bring. What if you bring Pep?
It's not even that.
No, it is that. It is that.
Alex.
You know what's a way worse look? To being relegated.
For example, what if the Pep comes? What if Pep comes?
You know why Pep wouldn't come, Alex? Because he literally turned us down.
I know, but I just want that Peaky Blinder to shut up.
I know.
Farah will be waiting in his van, let alone chasing him to it.
Wait, one last thing before we get into the players. One last thing. Why is he not making a sub right after the red card? He's waiting minutes.
That's another thing.
Minutes. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
there's a lot of questions. There is a lot of questions Potter needs to be asked, but it's not for us. I think he does it for himself. I actually don't think it's the players. I don't know. I don't think the players. I don't believe that the players stopped playing for him, because we actually, if it wasn't for the goals,
Alex, I don't think they started.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever started playing for him.
I'm saying
I can give one of my main reasons why I think that too.
I can tell when they stop playing and what players stop playing for Tuchel. I can tell when it happens. There's no body language that Kai Havertz stop playing. He's just imbecile that cannot finish.
Yeah, it's not good. It's just not good.
You see what I'm saying? That like you.
No,
you
I didn't say every single player, but you can see some of these players. They go. I'll give you my point.
Potter. No, I don't let me finish. I'm not defending Potter. I'm actually trying to tell you that it's something that Potter doesn't do. There's another thing that is a big impact. Manager also has to inspire the players at the same time.
No, I agree. One of the major factors for me is where when a player picks the easy option or the easy pass, the pass back, he doesn't want to try dribble, like he doesn't want to try, try the long one, try the risk, like try what he does best. He'll just, when he's not unmotivated and they don't want to play, the player starts to do easy pass, and you can see it on the pitch, the bad control, like the pass back, just the attitudes there. When they always pick the easy pass.
Why is I guess Jorginho did not play for any managers then, because that motherfucker keeps recycling and goes back and doesn't.
Yeah, but we look like we had Jorginho on the field the way we how many balls we passed back.
No,
in that midfield. In that game, yes.
By the way, I tell you the truth. If anything, Jorginho was the one that actually tried something yesterday.
Yeah.
Also, can I just make a point on that? Is if we still look like that without Jorginho on the pitch, does that not like prove the argument of when we were under Tuchel and kept saying it's not a Jorginho problem, it's a team problem? Does that finally put that to bed?
No, because we did not have those kinds what's the name, chances before, because most of our goals came from the defenders.
Big up the Queen.
You and me both, Stephanie. You and me both. That fucking bum needs to leave this club.
By the way, there's a couple of what's the name?
The one that Felix wanted to get sent off.
This is one thing we all agree on, at least. Fuck Mount. He sucks.
We can all agree. Mount's just stinky.
That yesterday, the way he decided not to pass he had three options, 3 or 4 options to pass it.
Yeah,
and
it was criminal.
It was like, I understand that he did not pass it because he's a pussy or he did not have a guts to pass it to the. But when he passed that ball to Azpilicueta, even the pass to Azpilicueta was shit. He had to slow down to get that pass. If you would have that play by play, I can explain it, because if he would have, as much as I don't like Azpilicueta, he's not slow. He would have gone to the ball if he would have passed it to him a little bit forward into the run. Azpilicueta could cross the ball to Felix, but he still didn't do it. He mispassed it even to Azpilicueta, that 2 feet away from him.
Imagine how bad you have to be at passing if you're passing behind Azpilicueta.
I know.
And listen, Alex, I know how you feel about him, but I will say he is absolutely slow. So if you are passing behind the guy, that's a horrendous
Even
football.
so, Josh, like even if he's slow, if you go back and watch that clip, there's like because Robinson's tucked in, there's so much space to pass into.
Akers is absolutely. And listen, if he wasn't on literally every single set piece yesterday, which I have no idea why, he would have registered no
successful crosses.
He would have registered 0 stats yesterday if he wasn't on set pieces. 0 stats. He was atrocious. I don't care.
Saved us. What a set piece for the goal.
Oh no, that's what set piece. He shot. He was lucky it hit the post.
It's not
he shot that. He was lucky it hit the post.
The reason
you don't understand Mount, you don't understand football, mate.
The reason I can't listen to the excuse for Mount anymore and other players like with Mount, like, who's not a creator, then why is he on our set pieces then?
Yeah, and why is he in attack? Why is he playing in attack?
Technically he's supposed to be 3-5-2 yesterday, right?
I thought he was an 8.
Means the 5 is in the midfield. Why is he doing up top then?
Right. I thought he was an 8. Isn't that what we said? He's an 8.
I will say that is where I will. One of the things I will blame on Potter, that you keep him on your set pieces. That's the manager's. Manager has set the tactics out and made Mount on the set pieces. That is his issue, and he's chosen that. There are many things you can have a go at Potter at, and I agree. And that's
I'm not defending Mount, but is there anyone else in our team that are good at set pieces?
Anyone else?
We don't
literally give it to Silva.
No, just a genuine question. I think that might be an issue across the board.
That is so crazy.
Give it give it to Kepa. Anyone else but Mount.
I think Kepa will be better on the field than he is in goals at the moment.
Try not to laugh, honestly.
Well, I'm sure Kovacic could do a free kick or something. Just float.
Can he? If Mount doesn't play, who's our next in line for that? I honestly can't. I know Ziyech did sometimes.
You know the problem with that is the problem with that answer is no one could give you an answer because we've not been afforded the opportunity to see.
He's always on the pitch. I agree. It's just like no one knows because he's literally always out there. Fucking A.
Bro, he has the thing that we want for every other player. The guy doesn't get injured, and the rest of we have a medical bank here that everyone's dropping like flies, but that guy can't get injured. It's probably the only good thing.
It's like that. It's when you play football at school and the guy who thought he's the most talented, who never passed to anyone, hogged the ball, then starts taking all the free kicks with him, and nothing ever happens. 1 out of 9 or something like yesterday. That's the problem, and that's on the manager.
I'm pretty sure Felix can take him too. I just remembered now.
Why not?
That's the thing.
Yeah. I think didn't he take him as well? I'm pretty sure he's taken.
But the thing is, we have no idea. Apart from Reece when he's on, and maybe Chilwell to a lesser extent, we don't know how. But Lewis Hall could have taken. There was a free kick in the first half on their right hand side. That should have been for an in-swinger free kick, not Mount. And Mount still took it as an out.
Hall's going to get outranked each time. I don't think he's going to.
I wish this, like the manager, I wish some of the players.
No way.
Andrew, you could see the level, the difference level in talent in 7 minutes on the pitch.
Mount wasn't, bro. What was
he wasn't done. He wasn't done.
When you say our fan base, you're part of that problem.
Is that even Johnny?
He's not got a spanner next to his name. It's not Johnny.
Oh, okay.
Regardless.
Yeah. Do you really think he wouldn't say that if it wouldn't be him?
He definitely still thinks that.
No question. That was written from the horse's mouth.
Up the Chelsea, so it's not him.
No, like Andrew, you could see the talent difference between Felix and Havertz and Mount in the first 5 minutes of that game. Like the level that I can't believe the audacity of some of the people in this fan. Want to talk about this fan base who before this move were sitting here saying Felix is going to have trouble with this team. No, Felix isn't going to be able to create or do anything for anybody. It's because you've been watching these two idiots for 2 years.
You know how damn we're bad. You know how bad we are. That Scott and Alex will know what I'm about to say here. Do you remember when Mendy caught that cross and when his first game?
Everyone was like, "Oh wow."
That was the same reaction when João Felix went past that guy in the first half and set up Havertz for the thing. You could hear the away fans go, "Oh," because they hadn't seen that in how long? We hadn't seen it in how long? That's how bad we are. That also yesterday, he was still our best player even after he got sent off in the 57th minute. He was still our best
I
player.
was going to say,
Missing 33 minutes of it or 39 minutes of it.
I was going to
Still our
say,
best
two of our best 3 players on the football pitch yesterday played a combined total of 68 minutes.
Yeah. Chukwuemeka also came on and did more than Havertz and Mount combined in 10 minutes.
Certainly made probably the first or second, maybe the second best pass in the game. And it was, of course, to fucking clusterfuck boy. He just
let it go
fumbled
through
it
his legs. What? He let it go through his legs. What was he doing? He got the pass. He had the run on the defender. And
Dummy.
he let it go through his legs. What was he doing?
Honestly,
he set up the dummy for Aspie.
It's inexcusable that Chukwuemeka didn't start that game yesterday. Inexcusable.
Why isn't he starting? I feel like he's our best midfielder at the moment.
But I said, this is the point. This is the point, right? And this is where I'll get on fucking press. I swear to God, these guys are such lame ass questions. And it's not even hard hitting questions. Why is Chukwuemeka not starting? Why do you persist on playing these? Why did you go to a back 5? Why aren't those questions being asked? Instead of going, oh, did you hear the fans screaming Thomas Tuchel's? Who gives a fuck whose name they're screaming in the crowd? Ask relevant questions, and then we would have an answer and we can debate it properly. Instead of like thinking, don't know what the answer is. Why are you not playing Chukwuemeka? Why are you not doing this and that? Give us some relevant substance to go and so we know we can try and see your point of view.
Like, why did you go to a 3 at the back and not play your only left-footed, left-sided center back that you just bought for $35 million and play Koulibaly on the right side, his natural preferred side?
How come Felix goes straight in, but Badashili hasn't gone straight in?
Right, or played yet?
Or striker Fofana.
Yeah, why?
Fofana didn't even play today. Aubameyang, nothing.
Aubameyang. If Aubameyang played with Felix yesterday, he scores
we
that
would have
right
scored.
foot.
Yep.
He would have scored that first chance.
Yep.
Here's a question
Aubameyang's a problem. He's a big problem for us.
So here's a question I would love to ask him in his next press conference. When you went down to 10 men, it was only 2-1. They didn't really pepper us after that. Why, if you're going to put over the top balls, why are you insisting on Kai Havertz running?
Kai Havertz, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Why do you bring Fofana on? And why didn't you start Fofana? Because there's no way Fulham have looked at tape of Fofana at all. They have no idea what he's playing like. Okay. No, don't even try and tell me they know what he can play with.
Andrew, was it 1-1 when we went down to 10 men? Was it 1-1?
I
think it was 1-1.
Yeah, it's 1-1. Yeah, 1-1. Yeah, 1-1. So,
It's not even that. Like, he needs to be more ruthless in the press conference as well. If he wants to be honest, like, you got to be honest with the players.
You can't make him ruthless, though. That's just not his personality. He doesn't. He has a lack of a personality, which is.
I don't care about the press conference. I care about
the personality, man.
It sets the tone for the game, guys. It sets the tone for the week. I'm sorry. Press conferences matter. Players watch that. Players read that. They absolutely do. To say that it doesn't matter is disingenuous. It absolutely sets the tone for the week, or at least for the game.
Exactly. Press conferences are actually in the same what's the name? Almost in the same rooms as changing closets.
I tell you right now,
so they can actually hear what he's talking about.
But I tell you
they
right
don't
now,
see him mad. They don't see him pissed off when he talks to the press conference. They don't.
But also,
so they don't think they done anything wrong.
He's certainly not making changes based off lack of performance, which would be the first thing you would do, maybe. Whether not even effort wise. I can just see you haven't been good for 2 months. I'm not going to play you.
Josh, let me tell you this, right? And I've said, whoever owns a house here, I could have put all your houses on the line to know in that starting lineup, João Felix was going to play with both Havertz and Mount.
I told you
it was going to happen. It was already predicted. I said it to Alex after the Sunday game, and I was true to my word. If I see Havertz and Mount starting with João Felix, I'm going to go in on a manager, and I did.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? I did because you know me, Alex. I don't react to starting lineups a lot. Do you know what I mean?
The injuries. We have the injuries. I understand if you don't have nobody because of the injuries. Yeah. But the problem, we do not have injuries in that particular part.
Exactly.
We have a part of injuries in the midfield and the wing-back situation. We don't have problems in the defense and the center-back area. You don't have to play a back 3.
No, you
That's
don't.
number 1. Number 2, what's his name? If you have a problem in the midfield, even though I don't think we do as much as that will actually change your lineup, because we do have a midfielders we do not have the midfielders the way you like us to play because you keep putting the midfielders up top to play forwards.
Right. And
So
for me,
my
it's like,
question is, hold on a second. My question is to everybody. I'm gonna list January and February. What's the name? The games. I just want to know when are we gonna start to think like relegation warriors? Because next game is this Sunday is against Crystal Palace.
Yep.
What are we doing? Are we winning this game or we're not?
no idea. No,
No
one's got any idea.
Zakaria. No. By the way, Zakaria changed his haircut, so I like everything about him. Though.
Well, Alex, for
but-
me, it's like the players
think it's
that we
gonna be
have, the players that we have available in these positions that were fighting these forward, like, are the exact same type of player that people are saying Potter would be good at coaching. They're young guys that he can mold into his own style of play, and he still refuses to play them. It's like he's playing these guys that you guys are all saying have let down 2 or 3 other managers, right? That's what we've been saying for 2 fucking hours. He has those guys on the bench that fit the mold of the guys that you want, the young guys that he can mold, and he refuses to play them. So that is on him directly, not on the squad. The squad's not good enough. The squad, there's plenty of guys there for him to play that he could, if he had the ability to, could get a tune out of. He hasn't shown that one time.
I'm telling you, Auba can do more than Havertz.
Someone said it before. How is it inspiring others when you know he's going to pick to 2 players especially every game? Mount was injured, opportunity to play someone else, and we played well against City. Well, better. Let's say better in certain parts against City. But then he walks straight back into the team.
Yeah. It's frustrating, man.
And then the third game, he changed the complete system.
Andrew, look no further than
the World Cup. He's been playing 4 at the back all games, even against City when we lost 4-0. He's played 4 at the back. You then switch it to a 5. You then put Koulibaly on the left when we got a left-footed defender. Yeah, and what was the point? And then you limit us in midfield because we've only got 2, and we started getting out running midfield because Mount wasn't helping out as he's supposed to do in there. And you didn't change it. Like I said, we went down to, we were 1-1 and we went down to 10 men.
Andrew, look no further. Look no further than Chukwuemeka after.
Yeah.
Look no further than Chukwuemeka after the game. What did he put? He's already posting cryptic messages about how I need to keep my head up, keep looking for the future. Because this guy was like, "Wow, I played really good against City. I'll probably get to play again in the next game." Nope, bench. Oh wait, well maybe they were just resting me for Fulham, like everybody said they were. Nope, bench. Like, I mean, this is
against Palace.
It's crazy, man.
I want to read the rest of the January and February features to see how the next, because at the end of the February, this is going to be a regular December half season.
We're 10 points off relegation. 10 points from relegation.
Yeah.
That's
so
4
the
games.
next game is Crystal Palace. Then we go into Liverpool. Then we go to Liverpool on Saturday. Then we're going back to Fulham.
Yep.
Then we're going to the West Ham.
Mm-hmm.
That's 12 points right there, Alex. We're 10 away from relegation.
Then,
that's 12.
Then we go into Southampton. Then we go into the last game of the February is Tottenham. The only game I can put the 100% that we can win is 2 actually teams. It's West Ham and Southampton because they both are actually even cheated than we are. That's how I will 100. Yeah, well, that's a cup. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is
that's 4-0 in the cup.
What I'm saying is that I can actually put the money. It's Southampton, and what's the name? And West Ham because they actually way worse than us playing. Please tell me if we losing more than those 2, if we only getting those 6 points out of how many games over there? 1, 2.
Well, that's
3,
when
4, 5, 6.
That's when I believe that's if we only get like 1 point like that.
Yeah, the cut-off point.
That's the cut-off point for me, and I think that'll be the cut-off point for the board. They cannot risk it. They paid 4.25 billion for this club not to be in the championship. Yeah, it's just that I'm telling you right now. And people might call it hyperbolic and something like that, but let's be serious. If you look at our form, it is one of the worst in the league. It's the bottom, very bottom part of the league. Yeah, the form guide. Yeah, and it builds and it builds and it builds because you're not seeing anything go against it. Yeah, yeah. We've scored 21
It's like a quicksand, like I said.
goals. Yeah, we scored 21
goals.
goals. Erling Haaland has scored 21 goals, and it's Man City. But I want to.
Hey, we're level with him.
We're
Let's
level.
go.
We
with him,
have
yeah?
zero. We have +0 goal difference.
Yeah.
As the top 4 club, quotation marks.
Look. Let me give you another thing. Do you know how bad we are right now? This is what people saying of the teams that goes fight for relegation zone. This is how the performance goes. This is how.
And also, these guys.
You don't see the exit.
Combination. These guys have a combination of they're not good enough and they have no pride in their work right now. Yeah, they have no pride. They have no pride. They'll simply collect a check and move on. Right? They've got no pride because
And they don't clap the fans either.
I believe some of them still.
I don't
still
give a fuck
still,
about the
still
clap
have
in
this
the fans. I'll
mindset.
give him a clap behind the
this-
head.
I think some of these players still have this. I think some of these players still have the mindset of we won the Champions League 2 seasons ago. It's still in their mind. We're good enough. We won the Champions League. Even though, let's see it, that season, league season, you only got top 4 because Gareth Bale scored 2 goals against Leicester City.
Exactly.
Last season, you had a double-digit lead over both Arsenal and Spurs in third, and you let it get down to single digits, and we only confirmed third the second to last game of that season. Yeah?
Yeah, Andrew, but Andrew, at least we were in position to secure top 4 at that point. It doesn't matter who wins or loses at this point. We're not secure in shit.
I understand it, but our league form since 17-8, let's say 1920, let's be fair.
Declining surfer.
The decline.
Look.
66 points. 66
I think the
points.
biggest problem with this thing is like people are okay to trust the process with Tuchel than trust the process with Potter.
Exactly.
I
Look,
said it. That's the only thing. That's the only difference is.
And
Yeah,
that's
there's
the
absolutely
main
zero
point I was
chance we
making.
would be
too.
this bad. Absolutely zero.
CV, listen, I think, a CV can matter and can't matter. Okay? But if you see something regularly, even if it was inconsistent, but we saw something if we won every 2 out of 3 games or something like that, or 4 games, look at CVs. CV should matter and they don't matter. Look at Spurs. Look at Antonio Conte's CV. Most Spurs fans want him out. Yeah, because of the terrible football he plays.
And they're in 5th.
And they're in 5th, right? They're in 5th. Yeah. And I just think if he came in like Ten Hag did at Manchester United, after 2 games, he said, "Fuck all you lot. I'm Billy Big Balls. Okay, you lot have done nothing for the past 5 years. You've been shit. Ronaldo, you're gone. Harry Maguire, you're gone. 2 big statements right there. Put his own seal on it. Bought a player like Eriksen in, and he's got an arc reactor in his chest.
And built a culture already.
Yeah, bought a guy in. And I know people say we've signed Cucurella, but he bought a guy in Martinez who's just a bulldog, yeah, and doesn't accept any defeat or anything like that, and bought Casemiro in. Actually, people doubting Casemiro could do something in this league is ridiculous.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
he's changed that. He's and look what he's done with Rashford this season. Yeah, he's revolutionised. I mean, Sancho. Yeah, you can say what you want about Sancho, but that's a different story. But at least he was bold enough to walk in there and go, "I'm here because you lot failed." Yeah, that's Potter's problem as well. Get out of your own head. Go in
Here's
there.
here's
Say,
my
"You lot
statement
failed."
for everybody. Here's my statement for everybody. I just looked at the table, and here's how it is. From the futures, I'm not waiting until the end of February. I'm going for the next 4 games. So for the next 4 games, which is Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Fulham again at home, and West Ham away. This is the 4 games, the last draw for me.
Alex, did you read out like 4 London derbies in that?
Yep. And let me tell you something. West Ham have a 17 at the table. What's the name? Crystal Palace is 12 at the table. What's the name? Liverpool is 7. By the way, we did not beat 0 teams who's above ours in this in the table. You see what I'm saying? We did not beat single team that above us.
We don't look
Let
like
that
beating,
sink in.
beating anyone. And the thing
What-
is,
what
like
I'm
you know, you
saying
said West
is-
Ham's battered, but they're going to turn up for the like a derby game.
I don't
And
care.
so's Fulham, so's Crystal Palace. I predict this Palace game is going to be similar to this Fulham game. They're just
Yeah, it
going
will
to
be.
turn up. It's a derby game that they're used to losing, and now
Big
they
up
can
to-
smell blood
yeah.
as well.
I
The
don't
fans are
care.
going to be there.
Good. Show me.
I bet
They're not stepping up. That's the thing. I expect. Except for
Lewis and Fata, you're going to that game Sunday, right?
Yeah.
If we go 1-0 down in very late in the game, I'd leave right away if I were you. I would leave that stadium right away because it's going to be
Very toxic.
You probably won't remember this. I went to there when.
Hey, I don't care if it's Obi-Wan leading the
second.
toxicity.
What about the videos chasing the bus with Potter?
I remember going there. I remember going there when Benitez was in charge, and I thought that was the most toxic environment I've ever been in. And our team wasn't that bad.
I was going to sorry. Can it be worse than like that Cardiff game under Sarri as well?
Look,
That's the most. I was going to say.
Oh my god. That's atrocious.
Either that game, it was either that game or the United game we lost in the cup, the 2-0. Either that game or the Cardiff game. Those were the two most toxic, like, because I haven't been to many Chelsea games, but that was a toxic atmosphere.
I just wonder how many Chelsea fans will take Tuchel back right now.
Yeah, I think most would.
Yep.
They would with rose-tinted spectacles on their taking Palace.
Nope. Hey, Lewis, I can anyone back.
I would take him back.
Safe, Jay. Appreciate that.
Yeah, of course, man. Thank you, guys. Take care, guys. Hopefully,
guys.
you play better
See you,
on
man.
Sunday.
I was
Thank
going
you,
to
guys.
say.
See you, man.
I would like CJ. I would say with Tuchel, I would take Tuchel back, but I would if to take Tuchel back, a few things would have to change about how we are.
Players.
Like, what's the
he'd
point
have
in
to
debating that? We know it's not going to happen. Like,
No, I know. I'm just saying, based on the question,
Can
like,
a
I
brother
would-
can a
yeah,
brother
some
have
things have
like
to
a
change.
dream?
Yeah,
We can't do hypotheticals.
I'm
no more.
already broken. Why are you killing my dreams, man?
By the way, if it comes to shove that something happens to Potter on his job,
Wait, we got other
Bowley,
context.
Bowley's not
He's
pick,
everywhere.
Bowley and Clearlake aren't picking the next manager. It's that Vivell bloke. He's picking the next manager, the technical director.
Oh, regardless,
have
bro,
to-
I've said this before. If Potter's sacked this season, my faith in this board and like this ownership group goes. How are you sacking a dude
And what
after
you
5
sack
months?
Tuchel for?
Yeah, why'd you sack Tuchel? Why'd you sack him when he did? Why did you give Potter the job in the first place if you were just going to sack him after 5 months? What was the
By the
fucking
way,
point?
Because he's not as good as a thing.
Yeah, we might have to. We might need the big Sam.
Scott, what if he's not gonna improve?
Yeah.
What gives you
Because
confidence that he
again,
will
Alex,
improve?
because again, it's my thing is again of like similar to what you said before. It's like, what was the process? What was the whole point of this season? Where it's like, why didn't you just leave Tuchel in charge for the season, set up the backroom staff so that come this next summer that we're about to get to, then you let Tuchel go respectfully and bring your guy in when you've got the backroom stuff. Like you said before, why are you doing this backwards? Why have you got the manager before you've got the recruitment stuff? Like, if you sack Tuchel in this season, unless we get to relegation zone, I'll put that pointer on it. Then what was the point of this? What was the whole point of this?
I think
The guy doesn't know what he was doing, Scott, and that's why I would rather him admit his mistake and then let Vivell take over and move on from there, rather than have an ego and try fix it and
I'd
try
rather the other way around.
continue on.
The only reason why I'd prefer the other way around is because the image it gives to other clubs, where it's like, why is Zidane going to join? Zidane wanted a project at Real Madrid. Like, he left because they refused to let him do what he wanted to do with
He
players.
doesn't want to
Bale
move to
and
England
others.
as well.
He doesn't speak English.
Exactly, but like, how do you sell that to? Like, how do you sell that to a manager? Oh, if you come and join this job, if 5 months down the line it doesn't
Easy.
work,
You pay
players
you
don't
pay them
work,
12
we're
million
going to
pounds a
sack
year.
you. Like, it just doesn't paint a good picture. And it just means
Yeah, but
that
by
you're
end of the season, Scott, that conversation might change. There might actually be more managers, and there actually might be more, that Vivell to work with. And as long as they have an idea and an understanding, then that's all I want. I think that
but again,
you
I just
hit the
think-
nail on the head when you said it, right? I hated the way that happened, and you guys remember I was here and I was saying that why didn't we get the director of football, and now we're getting Potter, and he's going to help, and some of you guys laughed, right? But I was upset at that process. It just didn't make sense because that's the order of things, right? And now we're seeing that we got a manager that can't handle. Maybe there's a lot going on, more than any other manager can handle. But an experienced manager would have handled it better, right? At least seeing it before. like I said, Potter's new to this, and the next manager I could feel maybe comfortable because of the director of football picking him, not Bowley. And I think Bowley's made quite a few mistakes now.
What I will say, the only thing on that I will say with the manager thing, as I was going to say, is the thing with me is that the image it gives for if you sack him now, at the end of the season, I'm 50-50 on, but I'm talking before the season ends. Depending on league position. The only thing I will say with that is like the managers the managers, in my mind at least, the managers that you end up attracting then or can get are project managers where we already have that. I know obviously people doubt Potter's ability, but he is a project manager. So you're just like, it's the same reason I don't want Pochettino. It's like you're just swapping two people that are like, you're swapping just two flavors of mid. It's like you're not changing anything. You're just swapping two different flavors.
I think the difference might be, Scott, is now Vavals gets to choose that man, and the trust is left from. Yeah, Bolly steps away, right, and he has no more say, and now he gets a man, and there's an understanding from top to level and a philosophy with that too, right? So if Potter doesn't fit now, and at least the players are going to come in for that same idea as well. And if Potter's because Potter came in earlier, maybe they're not on the same page, and you want.
Hey Bridget,
that
can you send this package to England for me? Oh shit! Hold on.
You want to go on mute, bro?
The other thing is what I will say. The other thing I will say is
Alex is cracking a joke.
You fucking Sim,
Sim,
that's his wife, bro.
His wife,
right?
Yeah, but I expect him to talk to his wife how he talks to us.
But yeah, the other thing that the other type of manager I can see us attracting, which I
sorry, I thought I was muted. I didn't see my camera off.
The other type
I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. That's my wife you're talking about.
Is which I don't want, are mercenary managers, guys like Conte. Like I don't want those type of managers at this football club, because that no matter how good they are, the moment that something doesn't go their way, depending on who it is, right? Because I understand Zidane has a little bit in that with him, but I feel like he also is willing to stay if he joined. I mean, but like the thing with guys like Conte is like as soon as it doesn't go quite their way, they're gone, or as soon as a better offer comes in, they're gone. Like straight away.
That manager you bring in when the team's ready. Like if we're not winning, like if we built a team and now we're ready to win stuff and compete, and it's not happening, that's when you bring that type of manager.
Exactly. Yeah, that's just why I don't want him sacked before the end of the season again.
Yeah,
as long as we're not getting on the verge of getting relegated. But
I agree that we're building a team. Like we want to change the team. A lot of players I think are going to leave in general just by their age or want it out. I just want it done right. I've done it with a manager and the director of football done right. I think Bowley's made quite a few mistakes and realized they're wrong too.
Life isn't perfect. Things can't always be done right. Things happen. I think that's what happened with Tuchel.
Well, I don't want to trial and error. Is basically what I was saying. From someone that didn't know.
But that's like, I'm sorry, but that's how it is. Like, you can't know if things are working.
Not really.
Can I ask Scott? Can I ask Scott, because he's very confident. Yeah. Do you know this run we're on has happened 3 times in Potter's career at Brighton? So it looks like he goes into this spiral of bad results, and obviously at Brighton the scrutiny is not as high as here. Are you confident that he can solve this? Because yes. I think he's out of his depth.
There is a stat that says that he did. Hold on,
a clarification question on that. Yeah. Can you define sort this, please?
Can I define
what you mean by sort this?
Sorry. I mean like result changing, so we can not go back.
Can he turn it around? Is that what you're saying, Rodrigo?
Yeah. As in turn it around, as in turn this bit of form and turn this season around. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think he can.
And
you see, that's when you go into the previous jobs that he had, and the previous job before him, the manager was actually
in previous jobs he turned it around.
But it took him 3 years.
Yeah.
No. Again, I said turn this season around. This is the thing. This is what I want to clarify.
No. I understand that you said that he can. You're right. You said he can.
And I didn't know basically my reason for asking that is I didn't know if Rodrigo meant turn this club around to the point where we're challenging again. Because I'll tell you now, no, I don't think he will.
No. I'm even saying no. I think this is said. I think he meant this season, this fall.
Yes, this season. Yeah. And my worry, my other worry is just one more point. My worry is this: when you're in a relegation fight, there's a different psychology to the players that always we used to win titles at the top. The relegation fight is different gravy. So I'm worried.
I said it. That's the reason why I'm saying.
Great point, Rodriguez. Thanks for bringing it up. The first one to bring it up.
What I'm saying is, yeah, good idea, good thinking, Rodrigo. My thing about this, this, you have to go based on history. You can't say that yes, he can turn it around if you don't have examples. So when you're saying he can this season, you have to say it based on what? I can say that he can't based on, for example, the seasons that he was at Brighton or the other one. He was actually got the team in a better position with the manager before. If you remember, there used to be a Newcastle manager over there. Yeah. And he was better manager percentage for the Brighton than him. Then he went to the slump. It took him 3 years to get out of slump. My question is, I have a reason to not believe it based on the facts that I gave you. What do you have to tell me that he can? Even though I'm not saying that he can't. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you will give me evidence.
I think that based on what you said, like I said, in terms of the what he did at Brighton, like even though he did have moments where he was in a relegation battle, he always managed to turn it around. And I think the things like XG, for example, are not always the best example of how they're playing, but I think they're a good indicator of his Brighton teams were always played better, and this was matched by the stats and the XG than their results ended up showing for. And I think this is the thing, and I think that comes down a little bit to the quality of players. And this is why I back that if he does get better players, he will improve and we will improve as a club. Again, there will be a limit to that because I think he is limited as a manager in certain areas where I don't think we're going to get any better with Potter than a consistent top 4 team. I don't. And I don't even know if we'll necessarily get there under Potter. I just want, again, I keep saying I just want to wait until next season and see what the changes are after the summer to fully judge what actually changes. Because someone pointed this out as well, and it's not the first time I've seen this, by the way. For everyone talking about Potter and it's Potter's fault and this, that, and the other, his win percentage in the last, I think in his last 18 games for Chelsea, or in his last 18 games for Chelsea, and Tuchel's win percentage in his last 18 games for Chelsea are exactly the same. That shows you. That shows you that although he has his issues and is a problem, he is not the main problem or the sole reason or the sole problem as to why we're here.
You see, there's a really good comment. There's a really good comment over here. John J.J. Jones. I will consider it.
No. I've seen the comment.
No, not the manager. Be there with, like, Potter brings him in on some kind of assistancy job. Some kind of job that is involved talking to the players in the dressing room. Why not?
Like motivational speaker or something.
Yeah, or something.
That's gonna undermine Alex. That's bad. It's gonna undermine his authority. He's already explained that.
I'd say that undermines him.
No, he's gonna undermine. He's already spineless as he is.
These guys
he's
through Lampard. These guys
he's
through
clueless
Lampard
as he
the
is. Imagine
under the bus.
Yeah, imagine bringing someone who has bigger personality than him. He's already clueless as he is. So you don't want to bring anyone that's going to
I don't know, man.
But they threw Lampard under the bus. What are they going to pay attention for Terry for? They threw Lampard.
He'll sleep with their wives or girlfriends.
Get 3 wins on the bounce, or I'm picking my favorite wag for the weekend. Simple as. Right, let's go through
the Super. Will bring more controversy than good.
Was that? Right, we'll get through the super chats quick. Big up God of Frogs saying Myth Trevor's only had 1 bad game. Poor in Fulham, Bournemouth, Newcastle, City, Arsenal, Zagreb, and the Brighton game. Take your blinkers off. Well, he didn't play against Bournemouth, so that's 1. Wasn't great against Newcastle. Fairs. Arsenal was one of our only shining lights. City, I think you're talking about the cup game. He was played as a right back, to be honest. We just threw.
I was going to say this is again. This just smacks of a person that wants to find fault in a player because they just don't rate him.
Yeah, just say you don't rate him. Like,
he's had a quality season. He's had a quality season where he's had 2, maybe 3 bad games, one of which was a right back, and we're criticizing him because he's a bad player. I'm not hearing it. I'm just not hearing it. I'm sorry.
Baps also says Madueke take the credit card away from Bowley. I'll talk about this in tomorrow's stream a bit more because I haven't researched on him, but I have seen his injury record. It's not
once again. Can we stop saying Bowley? This is under Vivell now.
Yes, Vivell.
It's not Bowley. So stop saying.
Oh, yeah, he stepped down, didn't he? Yeah.
Yep. I'll say any player we've got this window and future windows is Vivell or Shields. It's one of those two.
Mr.
Well, quick
Paulito's
question
way is
on
also
that.
saying,
Okay.
for those saying we should back Potter as Arsenal backed Arteta when things were not going well over there, look at Arteta's CV and tell me when he lost 7 of 9.
He had them in
He
16th.
also went,
He had them. No, sorry, I tell a lie because I was corrected on this. He had them in 20th.
He had them 20th, he had them 16th, he had them winless in 7 before they beat us on Boxing Day, by the way. And they were a point off the drop. So,
And this also, can I just say, I know he trained under Pep. Sorry to interrupt again, Lewis, but I know he trained under Pep. But if you want to look at CVs, his CV is nothing. Like, literally, he was an assistant manager until he got the job at Arsenal.
No,
If you wanna
FA
talk
Cup
about
on Lampard
CVs,
tax and Anthony Taylor tax.
But did they have a director of football that picked
and all of that? It just, I
that
don't.
that picked that manager? Yeah,
Say again?
that a director of football picked that manager.
I agree, but again, that comes
Yeah.
back to the conversation Alex had or has, and the issue he has with this owner, where it's like, and the issue I will have with this ownership if we sack Potter this season. It's like, what was the point of hiring Potter before you got like Vivellin? Like, there's just the process is all backwards. I won't lie. The process,
And the other fact I was going to make is that they were going after young players, and they gave Arteta young players, and Arteta already kind of isolated the older players out, like kind of like what Lampard did in a way. But it's kind of working out. If Potter had a full young team that were ready to absorb what he wanted to do, and he did what he wanted to do, and didn't have to probably worry about big egos and whatnot, and everything else going at the club, it might be a lot better. And the process and the pattern that you're talking about that Arteta went through, he could go through as well, maybe, and maybe he'll do better than Arteta. Doesn't have to start as bad, but he doesn't have that. He's in the middle of that. So maybe Potter came at the wrong time, or maybe he's not the right fit for the director that we have as well. So that was done in the right order in terms of the director of football and the players. Potter's come first, and then we're getting everything afterwards, and he's not handling well. So either we wait, but it could get real bad, and then he can turn out maybe he's not the best guy. So it is done wrong. How long do we wait to find that out?
They were pretty close though in timing, right? From us getting Potter into Vivell was like maybe like a month apart.
What? No, we just got Vivell.
No, we got Vivell
was announced in
no,
December.
we got Novell. We got Vivell in December. Like, the actual, it was finalized in December. The thing was agreed in like November. It was finalized in December. It's like 3 months apart.
And now he's
Potter could have been in the talks before the season even started. You know what I mean? That was like a quick
Yeah,
swap.
like,
So
we don't
it didn't
know
happen as
if
soon
that
as
might have
Tuchel
been-
got sacked.
Yeah, they might have been having discussions though. We
got
will
Neil.
also agree that the
Neil
Tuchel sacking was a rash decision. Like that was definitely pretty rash. But
I get what you're
it's
saying.
also-
If it was a lot closer, maybe the director of football said I can join in so and so, and maybe he gives his recommendation on a manager, and we get him
Yeah.
first, but it still works the same way. I get what you're trying to say, but it obviously didn't work like that.
we won't know that
Because
Do we know-
I don't
are
think
we-
Vivell was our first choice. I feel like we went for other ones and we couldn't get him.
Who did
But
we go
on the,
for before
isn't there
Vivell?
still somebody else we're gonna bring in?
I know
for the
there was
back
me-
half?
there was other
Like Michael
names.
Edwards? Are we still
Yeah,
looking at
from,
it?
Guy from Salzburg. No, it wasn't Salzburg. There was another
Yeah,
guy
it was,
from
it was
Leipzig or
Salzburg,
something.
yeah, he was in Salzburg.
Yeah. What was his name? Because they made
remember.
it like we're getting him, and they had to public.
Yeah.
Leipzig had to publicly come out and said he wasn't going.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I can't remember who that was.
Are we still going after Michael
Freund.
Edwards this
Hey,
summer?
Scott, it was Freund.
Oh, we
Oh,
got
fine.
Edwards.
There you go.
Or is
Thank you.
Vivell is like Vivell that position? Because I know like there's so many different positions we're filling. Like, what is Vivell hired for? And do we still need anybody else to come in?
I think the last position we need, or the last major position, I think, is a sporting director.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
like an actual main one. So someone like a Edwards, who we tried for,
Main
or
director.
someone like that.
They want
Or
Edwards,
someone like
that's why they haven't announced
And
anyone.
the sporting
They want
director would
Edwards.
come in to basically make sure like we have like is it the youth structure going into like the first team, or like is that what sporting
The
director
club.
does?
How the club goes too.
And how the club goes?
Yeah,
So that is very key.
yeah,
right?
that-
Yeah, I can't lie. I'm slightly confused by it all, genuinely. But
Yeah.
So isn't it technical? A technical director is mainly on the players
his job title is
recruitment.
technical director. I'm confused
Yeah,
as to what comes under each bit, because each bit keeps meshing into one, and I just get a bit confused by it all.
Yeah, technical director is the recruitment, the manager, and all the players. Yeah, the sporting director is the club, and all that outside of it. So on a global level,
I think that's
if we
the other
want to
way-
go
not the
buy
other way
another
around.
club,
I think the technical director is the club, and the sporting director is the players. I think the technical director is shoving
Well,
a manager and like the philosophy of the
I
club.
always knew it like that. That's why I thought it was a technical director.
Well, I think technical
the
director
recruitment and the
transfers. I think it's more about like they handle the business of the club, and the sporting director handles the sporting, like the football of the club.
Essentially,
Yeah, that's kind of how I know it. Same difference anyway. Like we're gonna get both.
It does sound like too many cooks in the kitchen, bro. I can't even lie to you. Like,
It does,
sounds
but
fucking
it
mess.
sounds intentional. So Wally probably could go back to the States and just let it go.
Like it sounds like it could work and it could be amazing. Like if we get that one, like say we get Edwards, we get that one final piece and it's amazing. But it also sounds like it could be a fucking mess. Like it could go either way.
Yeah, I mean, if it works, then we'll all be confident. You know, when like bad times happen, we know it's going to get fixed, and we'll be more relaxed fans. But if it's bad there, you know it's going to go bad everywhere else, and then probably everyone will sink Bolly out.
Right. I want to hear from the Queen. Stephanie, what's your thoughts on the game if you're about?
Hey.
She said.
Hey guys.
Yes, Stephanie, what you say?
My thoughts on the game. I mean, I didn't expect much. I wasn't going into it thinking we were gonna win or do anything spectacular, but I was so excited for Felix. And he stepped up. He showed what an actual attacker that is good enough to play for Chelsea looks like. And this is what drives me crazy because I'm not Potter out, and I don't think we should sack him because it's not going to change anything. But I can't back someone that is constantly playing Mason Mount and Kai Havertz when they are literally playing worse than what I could probably play. It's driving me crazy. And you see the difference of Felix, and he does it every single week. No matter how bad they play, they're still in the lineup. So I can't back him until he shows he's serious. Like that, for me, that would show he's serious. If he, like, Carney played one game was better than both of they've been whole season.
Yeah.
I just need to see more from him in that respect. And like, he waits till the 80th minute to make 4 changes. That's like what you call a desperation sub. When it's 1-1 and you have a red card, why are you not making changes there? I don't know. I'm frustrated with Potter, and I feel like people are being too easy on him. I get that the squad isn't helping, but he's not helping himself either.
I do believe he needs to be more reactive. Like the subs in the lineup, he's not helping himself with. Mount, Havertz constantly in the lineups. If they're in the lineup again together, then I'm on to him on Sunday because I kind of get one of them probably has to start with the injuries and now Felix.
No, they don't.
I
said this
like Gallagher and Ziyech, isn't it?
Oh no, Lewis.
Yeah,
I said this on Marshall's stream last night. Like I said this on Marshall's stream last night. Like I don't care how it plays. I want to see on Sunday. It's not going to happen. I know I'm not stupid. I want to see Ziyech, Aubameyang, and Carney in the front three. I don't care. Like I just don't care. I can't see these two play again. And I was thinking about something actually that Stephanie was saying. I was just thinking on it, and I don't understand not what Stephanie said, but I'm thinking like Potter has shown in certain moments that he doesn't trust Mount and Havertz. Like it was like he always substitutes Mount all the time, or most of the time. And it's like Potter, like for example, Tuchel wasn't doing that, despite everything, despite like what he was doing in games. Very rarely was he substituting Mount. Potter seems like he does that a lot. And with the Havertz thing, like against City, where he subbed him off at half time, so I'm like, you obviously don't trust these guys fully. Like you know they're letting you down in games. So why are you then starting them? Like you're obviously aware of that because otherwise you would just let them stay on the pitch because you must think they're doing a great job. So like, yeah, it doesn't work out in my head. Why does he keep playing them then if he seems to understand that they can't be trusted?
I think uniquely with Mount, I think the reason he plays all the time is because he trains very well. Like, and I heard this from Eunice when he went to like watch training, and it just seems like Mount's the type of guy that like he like trains the best. So like the manager during the week is like, oh, okay, I should play him, and then he'll play games and like he doesn't perform. But I always heard Mount trains the hardest. He like is always the one that's like in training doing the most work. So I can see why a manager would pick him. So
I got a question. Fatur, who are you trying to impress with sunglasses and a Peaky Blinders cap?
I don't know. I was sexing somebody on my
Oh, you're sexing somebody. Don't sexing on the live stream.
No, I was texting.
Does the glasses help you look at your screen?
Yeah, what the same?
Turn the
No,
brightness
because-
down on
no,
your
no,
phone
no,
so
no,
you
no,
can
no.
you don't need.
Why is it
Why?
always me? I didn't do anything.
Why always you? Because I can see who you're sexing through your glasses because I can see the reflection.
Texting. Why is it always me then?
Because you always do it.
Me?
Yeah. That's why you got
Why
a
you being
high-pitched voice.
Balotelli? Why you being Balotelli? Why is always me?
Yeah, that's why you got a high-pitched voice right now, because you know it's
Exactly, because you
Take
got
care,
you
Rodrigo.
got,
Big up.
you got cut in 3D.
brother,
That's why you got high pitch. See,
Yeah.
here's the problem. I have a problem with Mount and Kai. I have less of a problem playing the same time. I kind of have a less of a problem. I have problem with both of them, but I have less of a problem when they play not at the same time.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? When those two Chuckle Brothers play together, that's even worse than when one by one. Does that make sense?
down to 9
Yeah.
men.
Really?
I think he mixed it up initially, but yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
No,
get what
I
you're
think-
saying because Mount follows Havertz everywhere he goes.
Exactly. He's like a freaking Fatur with that what's his name? With
Why is it always me? I didn't do anything.
why what's the girl's name that he keeps
Which one? Which
Which
one?
one?
There's like 15 of them.
Yeah.
Main one, the Astrid one.
Astrid's
He's got a
girl.
squad.
Yeah. It's like
He's got a
seriously,
squad.
Mount follows Kai Havertz like Fatur follows Ostrich. Like he's there.
It's that shit, bro. What the
Ostrich.
fuck? You're
I don't know her name.
It's just some bird.
Some bird
Ostrich.
anyway.
That's an unreal
Yeah, ostrich
phenomenon.
is still a bird.
No,
Man said
but do
ostrich,
you understand what I'm
I'm
saying? Like, look,
It's still a bird.
if you wanted example, that City game, Mount wasn't playing, but Kai Havertz was.
I'm going to cigarette, man. Fuck's sake.
yeah.
That's the
to
best
me-
picture of you. You see what I'm saying? Kai Havertz wasn't the worst player. I mean, he was bad, but he wasn't as bad when Mount is there.
Yeah,
And
I don't
it's
think
vice
they play. I
versa.
don't think they
And it's vice versa.
And-
Mount was when Kai Havertz is not there, Mount's not looking just for him. Because if you look at those replays that Mount was looking for pass, I swear to God, he's looking for his BFF to pass it before he sees what's his name is over there. What's his name? Before he
Yeah,
saw
but isn't
Felix.
that the same for all of them? Because he just can't pick out a pass to save his life. Like you seen Felix
I know,
yesterday.
fuck's sake, I don't know why he
just-
didn't pass it. I
He
don't
has
know why.
no vision at all, and this is what we rely on for creativity. And then we just like criticize the attackers all the time, but then like that's what they're relying on.
Yeah.
Do you remember the moment when Kai Havertz literally ran out of the field? Like with nobody.
Yeah, yesterday, yeah.
What when
Yeah. The Felix that makes the run. If you look at the sequence, I can tell you precise second when I realize this guy is not a forward-thinking guy. Because if you break it down, that specific sequence, when Kai Havertz gets the ball, everybody's saying, oh, pass it to Felix, pass it to Felix. Yeah, that's number one. You could have done that. But nobody realized that forward-thinking player, what De Bruyne would have done, or Eden Hazard would have done in those situations. You know what Weber would have done? He would not pass it immediately to him because there's the two center backs close enough. They're not close to him, but they're close enough. What he would have done as a striker with the brain, he would have pushed it right. He decided to go left. But if it was a good striker, he will cut it on his right foot and he will go to the right. And he will make the defender choose the one. If I'm going with the following
Alex.
Kai, or I'm staying with this guy.
But Alex, you know what though, Alex? Even if he didn't do that, right? He had no defender in front of him in that path on the left-hand side, and he couldn't even dribble it correctly. He couldn't take the ball and control it. He had no defender opposing him at all when he dribbled that ball out or took that ball out of play. He had no one opposing him whatsoever. He could have run on and got into the box and, another player, if they had that opportunity, would have gone on, run into the box and maybe created a chance. He couldn't.
I wish we had
do
the
that.
proper, how you say it, the proper host of
He
a
doesn't have
channel
the
that will have
fundamentals.
those
He doesn't have the-
pictures
doesn't-
of the moments in the game that
Why-
will give
why
you,
am I
like, you know,
against
like a prepared, like you come prepared for the stream.
Well, maybe if you
Like
ask
setting
me
shots.
before, I'll have them ready.
Let me see if I can find them. Actually,
he didn't. He doesn't have the fundamental. He doesn't have the football brain.
What I'm like, even that
work rate and that.
Even that moment when Mount did not pass to what's his name, even he was afraid to pass it to Felix at that specific moment. Do people realize how much he should have done better with pass to Azpilicueta? Azpilicueta had to slow down and get to the ball. If he would have passed it in his path,
but that's not his game though. They're not that type of guy.
It's a pass, bro. It's a simple pass.
It's a simple pass. What I'm saying is, even if he did not do the hard pass, he couldn't even do the simple pass. And I'm not saying that he's that bad of the player, but why he's doing this shit?
I think honestly, I just think about this. I think the confidence is shot. I think Havertz.
It's not confidence. It's even when they do they're still shit.
It's talent.
No, because I feel like with Havertz, watch him leave our club. He goes to like La Liga or something, and he starts balling out. Like I really
don't care.
Yeah, I know we don't care. I know. I'm just saying. No, I was just thinking about it, like.
And then that idiot was offside when he tried to buy.
This is the first one. This is when he ran out of the field. You see that pass that he could have made between the defenders? Yes. But if the proper smart striker, what he would have done, he will actually split those two defenders by running up the field. And this defender, the closest one to the goal, he's gonna have to make a choice. What do I do?
But he
didn't.
But they do that. Him and Mount, they do it all the time. It's not the first time they just fuck up counterattacks. It's just who they are as players. They've been doing it for years. They've been causing me like fucking PTSD since 2020, bro. It's not new, man. Other than
That's
the Champions
only 2
League.
years ago. That's not a lot of PTSD. There was a Corona then.
2 years is quite a lot, bro.
COVID didn't do anything.
That's how spoiled we are. Like,
Lockdowns, nothing.
And I've been
the Championship League then, right?
I've been to the fucking army as well, man. It cost me more PTSD than the fucking army, man. That's how shit this team is.
We won the Championship League title then. Why you have PTSD then, man?
Because I had to watch this team.
Should have been your happiest year.
Are you guys dumb? Are you guys let me finish or are you gonna fucking talk over me again?
No, you're gonna pick the wrong years, bro.
Yeah, but the Premier League is still shit. Yeah, 2 years. So what? We won the Champions League, but look at us in the league. We were shit. We were still shit.
Come
Nothing
on,
changed,
I would trade the Champions League.
Declare,
all the
you
time
have no
for league
fucking
position.
right to speak, bro. Every time you and I discuss Mount before the season, you told me he has Players of the Year. Some alcoholics give him an award. That's what you tell me every fucking time. Now it changed. And also, declare about the Potter thing. I agree with you.
I have that general rule for a lot of 23-year-olds. That's why.
I'm gonna go 360 and kind of back you up a little bit, but again, I'm gonna bash you again because you said.
I seen you in the chat, Kai. You've been dying to get out. I want you to rant. I knew you were gonna cut loose. Lewis might just go, sorry, I gotta go. But hurry up.
Go. Declare is about to leave and talk to yourself, Kai.
First of all, you kind of a hypocrite, bro. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. Because you said
No.
You said give Lampard time.
You're the hypocrite. When I was talking about Lukaku, remember? When I talked about Lukaku,
we're not talking about
you
Lukaku,
changed.
bro. We're not talking about Lukaku. We're talking about.
We forget about that hypocrisy.
We're talking about. We're doing the manager thing, right? Like we can talk about the player things because there's a lot of shit players we can talk about, man. But in the Premier League, we said, "Oh, give him until the end of the season. He's gonna turn it around." I'm still waiting for him to turn out Everton, bro. 3 years later, bro.
Who?
Regardless of that, Lampard, man. But with Potter,
I backed. I think every manager.
Besides
Potter, not Potter.
I know, man.
Besides Lampard, because I didn't want Lampard to come. I knew that Lampard was going to get there's going to be a point where we had to sack him.
Next, Fatur. I'm going to get
Wait, question. Will we take Lampard?
I don't know why you picked Lampard. You could have picked Sarri. I wanted Sarri to stay. Or Tuchel to stay. These are the managers before that stay. But Lampard, I knew.
Sarri wasn't that bad.
The Lampard discussion is the same thing I say about Potter. It's hard to breathe up here. You've never done it before.
Anyway, yeah. For me, man, Potter is clueless, bro. You know what it's like? It's like that nervous kids who go to the strip club, man. He's just looking around, shy, doesn't know what to do, man. The same thing with this guy, man. He just has no confidence, man. Like the guy, I don't know how he's gonna manage these players if he's scared of them, man. Do you see when Mount? Was coming off? Mount was looking at the eye, and he looked down. He refused to make eye contact with them. How can you lead men if you can't make eye contact, bro? How is that possible,
This
man?
guy went. He
Mason
has a degree in
Numeros, big up,
emotional
big up, man.
intelligence, bro.
Bro,
By the way, I need to
man.
address somebody in the chat real
emotional
quick.
intelligence doesn't give you cojones, bro. And you need
I need
cojones
to
to be a
address
leader, bro.
somebody in the chat real quick. There's a guy
Go on.
asking me, I bet Alex knows what Havertz had for dinner. Yeah, I know what he had for dinner. Your mom.
I don't think Havertz is that kind of
Gowns
guy.
opened up.
Maybe.
But anyway,
he's just
to my last
answering a
point,
general
before I
question,
let you guys.
I was gonna
Fatur,
say
you're-
grass because he's a giraffe.
Yeah. Fatur, you're shameless. You really let me down, bro. You really let me down with the thing.
You're not saying nothing but Lewis. He was there too.
Lewis, you also were picking up Potter. Please stay. Like,
You didn't hear him?
We support you.
Come on, man.
You didn't hear him?
He was there.
He
was
Yeah.
there, bro.
He was the second
I
one
don't
that
care,
chased
I
him
was
that
there. And what? Who's saying anything? I
From
was
this,
there.
from
was
this
there.
simp, from this simp to the right, I expected, man, because he literally paying for the electricity bills for Acid Wit. But you, bro.
You already
Oh,
know
man.
me, bruv. Super Graham Potter, man. Potter Penitentiary. We're super.
Oh my
Let's go,
Bro,
Potter.
no. You know
Potter.
when I look at Potter, like some people, like there's predator eyes and there's prey eyes. Potter has those prey eyes, bro. Like back in medieval ages, he would pick berries, bro. That's how much he is. Jokes aside,
Is it me or Paras became more grey as we speak? Like
I don't
he became
blame him having
grey.
to train this sorry bag of
Bro,
shit.
Lampard came to us with a full hairline, man. He started balding from the back when he was a Chelsea manager.
See, every time
I'm laughing so hard, my watch thinks I'm running.
every time
I'm in a
Kai
good mood,
comes
He's
man.
like, good job,
it's
you're running.
always about Mount Horny Hours, man. Like, do you have any life, Kai? Seriously.
What are you fucking talking about, bro? You're talking about life, bro. You should have gotten home, man. Done something with your life instead of chasing Potter, kissing his ass, bro. Being like, hey, Potter, please stay. You're not the worst. We support you. Support you for what, bro? Making us tense, bro. Everybody's laughing at us, man.
Yeah, he was trying to figure out if Potter has the OnlyFans account.
Super Graham Potter, let's go.
You want to know if Potter has the OnlyFans account.
Fatur, you necklace bastard, bro. What are you doing, bro? Why are you chasing him around? You disappoint me, man.
But I was abused because I said that you have a necklace player in that team. Now it's okay for us to say it to Fatur?
No, you're the one who brought it in, bruv. Now everyone's
deserves
looking
it.
at you who's next.
You disappoint me, bro. You need a life coach, bro. I'll be your life coach.
You're gonna make him. You're gonna make him pick the berries. Are you gonna make him pick the berries?
Hey, man. Some of us have to hunt. The others have to pick the berries. Fatur needs to pick berries, bro.
Don't worry, Fatter. Soon we're gonna be hunting, bruv.
I tell you what.
They can mock us now, but they won't be mocking us soon.
Hey, let's go to Cobham, man. It's about 20 minutes away from my house. Let's go.
20 minutes away. You're lying. Don't you live in Portsmouth?
How do you know the
Hold on a second. Don't you live in Portsmouth?
Hang on, guys. What you're experiencing now is Fatter's famous geography, where he doesn't know where anything is. Yeah, 20. Surrey's 20 minutes from Plymouth. Are you out your fucking
He
mind?
thinks he's in LA. He has
Good
a
Lord,
Russell
man.
Westbrook image.
Yeah, he ain't in Plymouth no more. That's why he moved.
No, he has the same lubricant shelf behind him.
Bro,
He didn't move nowhere.
All I can say, Fatur,
He moved to Plymouth.
all I can say, Fatur, with your awareness, thank God you're a guy, bro. Thank fuck for that, man. Or you'd be lost long time ago, man.
Fuck you.
You cannot even send him safely pick the berries. He will get lost.
You will get eaten by end up in a saber-toothed mouth, man.
Back on the Chelsea. Hey,
That'll be a good feed.
Hey, back to the Chelsea talk real quick.
Yeah, back to Chelsea. Back to Chelsea. Go on.
Back to Chelsea. Back to Chelsea.
Yeah,
It's
man.
gonna be one of those three bears. One of those three bears.
Let Oberland.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. So quickly, so right backs, because I'm honestly it's been pissing me. Nobody is talking about right backs. Like we need a fucking right back.
Yeah.
Can somebody tell me what's the
I
latest?
feel like everyone's talking about right backs.
Well, but
I mean,
I
the
feel
stream
like
started
I've
off
been
how
hearing
important it is if we don't have a right back.
everybody.
Nothing
I've
happens.
been hearing is saying we need a midfielder. We need a midfielder. Nah, I think we need a right back.
Nah, everyone when Felix was on the cards or the news was coming out, everyone was upset we weren't getting a right back or a midfielder as well. But
It's
the right
such a
back was
Chelsea
mentioned
thing
more.
as well. Did you guys talk about the red card for Felix? Bro,
Yep.
how
Yes.
unlucky do you have to be,
Chelsea.
bro, to play a good game and just
Bro,
get sent up in the
I'm not
first
No,
game?
surprised
no,
he
it's
did
not
that.
even unlucky. That was a dumb red card for
He
me,
does
bro.
dumb stuff like
But
that.
Bro,
hey,
because
but
he's
for
not
me,
the Premier League. He's not the Premier League. It's like it used to be, man. People play without
no,
a
for me, it
soul,
was
like,
Come
again.
on, man.
man.
Spuds up that high up. He's an idiot for that.
I
Yeah,
saw
but when
Galib, we're talking about football. I saw the Galib, the news that you just put it up. Trossard put got an argument with the manager. That is actual, like he put it the statement, and they put him on the transfer market.
Let's go.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And apparently we in talks, same Galib, thank you for being here again. We in the real talks with what's his name? With PSV over the other guy.
Yeah, I was gonna do some research for that for tomorrow, but his injury record don't really look great anyway, so it's not a great start.
Hey,
So
be
what
right
happened
at home,
after the
man.
World Cup?
Be
There
right
was
at
an
home with us,
altercation
man.
between Leandro and the players in training over a trivial matter. Since then, the manager no longer speaks to Leandro, which is obviously not conducive to the atmosphere. Still had a starting place against Saints and Arsenal, but against Everton, he was on the bench. Wasn't included in the substitutions that took place at the time, and without any explanation. The run-up to the game against Middlesbrough, he indicated that he had problems with his calf twice. This is the reason why he stopped training, which was in consultation with the medical staff. Manager told Leandro he had to train separately. Last Monday, the manager humiliated Leandro in front of the group and indicated he no longer wanted to see him. A manager who has not communicated directly with his player for 4 weeks is incomprehensible. Incidentally, it's also met the manager who's indicated several times that a transfer is the most convenient solution. It's important that Brian cooperates with a potential transfer during this period and shows a benevolent attitude, which is beneficial to both parties. What the fuck? This is from his agent as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, if Para doesn't have the kahunas list, he can actually have some say in this transfer. Like, he knows the guy. You know what I'm saying?
Brighton FC, bro.
Yeah,
change
but
the line. Change the line.
No,
to
he
Seagull,
can
bro.
play in the midfield too if we need him. He can play up top of two. He actually played the right wing back.
Oh,
and
that's
he
right at
was
home, man.
decent at it.
They need to score against us from that position.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is if Potter leaves, he's going to be one of those guys that stay here. That's the problem.
And I don't.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
the
there's
problem?
that.
He's
What's
actually
wrong
a
with
decent
that?
player.
Trossard's good.
Wait, what?
Well, there's nothing to salvage this season, right?
What was your verdict on Potter, by the way? I didn't hear you guys.
I
wasn't
said
there.
my
On the way home.
West Ham is the last game.
Okay.
Potter in, bruv.
Bro, look at those spray eyes, man. If he was in my high school, I'd bully him, man. No offense.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on, bro.
And also on the poll, Graham Potter in is also winning by 62%.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. He scored 2 goals against Liverpool as a right wing back.
Loser ass mentality.
Free,
this
sorry.
chat,
Wow.
man.
I will consider Trossard more than actual. What's his name? That Argentinian guy at Brighton.
We can criticize Potter. That's fine. Like
McAllister. I will take him more than I'll take McAllister.
Bro, what do you mean aspect you need to improve? You need to improve everything, bro. There's no aspect. There's
No,
everything
he needs to be
improve,
better
bro.
in the
Level.
lineup. He needs to be better with his substitutions and quicker with his substitutions as well because they're coming on way too late. Don't
Okay,
really like him in the press conferences either.
And,
I
and
do
what
agree.
is,
There's
and what is he doing well then? Since you want aspects of he needs to improve. What exactly he's doing well that he doesn't need to improve?
Growing his white hair.
Nothing.
That's what.
But no one else would be getting any more out of the squad either. That's my.
That's where you're wrong, Lewis. And you keep bringing that up. And a lot of people bring that up.
Not just
That no one
Lewis,
else will do it.
His last 18 games and Tuchel's last 18 games have the same win percentage.
Who said that? Who said that? Is there
Scott,
like a
he
graph
brought
or is
the
it just
stats.
he said, I said, and I believe him? Because I haven't seen it.
Well, let me
I
find
doubt it,
out.
man. Yeah, please find it
Well,
out, man.
Scott, where did you see that?
I mean, you can also say that last season, this time around, we were first, weren't we? I mean, we can twist the
No,
stats.
it's the last 18
No,
games.
we
not
were
the
first
last
on the
game.
No, but
in
this
December.
stage of the season of last year.
He chooses
Because of the World Cup, yeah.
Oh, like game wise.
Yeah, so like,
Game
if Potter was like high up the table and then we fell down, then we can analyze what happened in between and injuries and whatnot. Then you can say something, but there hasn't been nothing. It's just bad all round. When we had players, now we've got injuries, and I do feel.
Hey, I'm about to Potter real quick because when he did first come in, like those first 2-3 games, right? He did something, and remember, Tuchel was we were about to drop
we
out
barely
of the
got a
Champions
bounce.
League. We were about to drop out.
Yeah, I only remember his first game, and it's it. After
but remember this part. This is what's funny to me because I actually thought Potter would come in and do better in the league, and do worse in Europe because he had no experience in Europe. But he actually came in and got us first in our group. And
how recently we play? That's because we play very not recently, man. That's why we
didn't play championship leagues. It's
exactly.
Hey, no, that's all. Hey, I was just trying to this whatever Potter's.
You're trying to dig where there's nothing to dig, my friend. You're just trying to be positive.
Hey, that's positive. We were saying
he's digging he's digging the same hole. It's getting deeper. That's why that's why his voice is going down.
You know what?
I can't hear him.
I'm not even Potter. I'm not even Potter out.
So
Right?
Thomas Tuchel's last 18 games as manager at Chelsea is 7 wins, 4 draws, and 7 losses. Graham Potter's first 18 games is 8 wins, 4 draws, 6 losses. It's basically identical.
Yeah, but what's his form in the league though? How many wins he has in the league?
It was the same thing on the Kai. That's literally the same complaint we had about.
That's not how you're supposed to measure. Measure them in the beginning.
Yeah, because at the end of the season, it's harder to get wins. Look, at the end of the season, it's always going to be harder to get wins. The players play so much.
It's not. I'm not even like blame. I'm like if I put it into percentage, right? I would put like 30% on Potter and 70% on this squad, man. Because if I have to see Mount make another fucking pass in my lifetime, man, it's gonna cost me years, man. That guy, man. Why don't pass like smoking a cigarette?
With the owner.
So wait, everything you just said there, by the way.
Increase.
Yeah, everything you just said there about the I would put 30% on Potter, 70% on players. I agree, which is exactly why I'm not focusing on trying to get Potter out of this club right now. I want these fucking players gone. That's exactly my reason. I agree with you. I'm like I'm probably about like 15 or 20% on Potter, 10 or 15% on the board, including Bowley. Or I say the board, the ownership group, and the rest on the players. And that's why, I have my complaints with Bowley and the way they've done things, or Potter and the way he's doing things. But ultimately, I want this group of players changed first. That's my goal.
That's why we have those 2 hours chasing the bus behind the Potter.
Talk about the fans, the fans saying, "Oh, Mount clapped us. At least he cares." If he fucking cares, why doesn't he play like he fucking cares, bro? Why does he have to clap after?
You know the only thing I like. You know what? You know why I want the players to go see the fans, and I'm not even there, right? And it's not about the clapping or anything. I want them to see what it looks like when the fans are abusing them. I want to see, that emotion there, and they can at least remember that stuff every game.
I don't believe in bullying. I don't believe in bullying personally.
Yeah, right.
But you just said you want to bully. You just saw Potter's face. You want to bully. What are you've been bullying Fatu. Hey, you call me a hypocrite. You just go off what you say now. And I'll remind you something, Kai, as well. When Lampard was around, I didn't jump on streams, That first, when we were talking about Lukaku, that was the first time I jumped on the stream.
Declare. You said Mount deserves his player of the year, bro. I'm not going to talk to you anymore, bro.
No, you said I said about Lampard, not Mount.
We had this conversation before.
Hey, Kai, when you're in the chat next time, write stuff down so you don't mix it up. You come here and you change it every time. Write it down and then come back and say, points. We'll mute our mics and you can go through it. I saw how you were really mad in that chat.
You know what's funny? Remember when Kai said the statement said, "You know what? I'm most positive person on those streams."
Who's more positive than me, bro? Who's more positive than me?
He's like Donald Trump. I'm the best one in this. I'm the best. I'm huge.
You know what
huge. There's nobody better than me in the border control.
You know what you guys want me to be like? You guys want me to
not
be
Biden.
Like,
Biden's up
you guys want me to be like one of those kids who don't have a home, have no shoes, and be like, hey, at least I have bread, man. This is the situation we are now, man. Like we are tense. Where am I supposed to find positivity, bro? Where? In Fatou's hat, bro. In Fatou's hat. What am I supposed to?
Kai, keep listening. There's this hope. There's this religious hope around here, and it's great. People believe in something they haven't seen or done before.
Bro, it's not even that I believe in him, but I've seen better managers than him fail. That's why I'm not gonna fucking blame him now because I'm seeing better managers than him fail, man. Like if Mourinho,
and at least those managers, Kai, at least those managers, you saw them do something, so you can have hope. Do you know what I mean? Like if Potter did something in another club. Hey, Mayo, you didn't say nothing, but you ready to talk? Because people are tide's turning a little bit.
Mayo even wanted Lampard to stay, bro. So his opinion, he's always.
Hey, could the lawyer of the defendant please stand up? Please arise, please.
Kai, did you say
Mayo is the biggest one.
The hell?
Yes.
We're catching the strays left and right today, man.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me, Kai. Come on, I didn't even jump on streams when Lampard was going on. I jumped on when
What?
the Lukaku was here.
That is a cap. Declare that is a cap.
They just hate
Somebody in
us
the
'cause we
chat.
hate
Somebody in the chat. Find our streams from then from Lampard days.
Yeah, find them. My first streams were in that transfer window, and I also I didn't like Lukaku for a long time. That's when I jumped on streams.
What
You
somebody
were
was
capping,
saying
bro. You were
2-3
doing a
years
Kanye
ago.
West, bro. When you
Come
got caught,
on.
man. Don't do it, bro. You're
Come
capping.
Hey Kai, if you can
Watch
go find them,
part
bro.
of Kanye
My
West.
first-
Kanye West had a lot of parts.
Exactly, man. That's declared. But anyway, chat knows I'm a positive guy, but you know, I have to have bro,
PTSD's giving you memory loss.
When we
That's
had
what's
Hazard,
happening,
yeah?
bro.
When we
You
had
can't
Hazard-
remember that far.
When we had
That's
Hazard,
like
I was
Albert
positive.
saying, I love
What you guys want me to be positive about? When we had Hazard, I was positive. Even Fatur was. I mean, Fatur is.
Bro,
always
that's like
positive
half
because
your
he doesn't
life,
know
Kai.
where he is.
Don't worry about it.
But like,
It's
when
not
we
gonna
had
get better.
Hazard,
Trust me.
we
You
were
can't
positive,
live.
bro.
You can't live without Fatur, man.
I love Fatur, bro. Fatur, you need to come to Prague, bro. You need to come to Prague. I'm telling you, man.
Last time I did for Slavia Prague,
He'll
I
help
went.
you lose the
Sorry.
virginity.
Why didn't you write me? Why didn't you write me, bro? I would help you, man.
I
We
did
have a
came
good
to
time, man.
Prague. That was under Sarri away.
But don't wear that stupid hat, bro. That only
There doesn't need to be a match for that. Go have a fun time.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah,
though.
be fun,
Prague, it's a good city as well. I like the what's it called that?
Yeah, the spinny pole
You
thing.
mean
yeah.
the bridge,
Let's
bro?
go
Why
back.
did you do the circle thing, bro?
Spinny pole.
I don't know
I
what's
love
it called.
it.
Are you talking about the stripping pole?
Sir, that's a strip club,
Ice
not
cream
a
and whatever,
monument, sir.
whatever you want to call it.
I assumed he was demonstrating a girl on a pole, but I don't know
I
what
love
twisting
Fatur,
is.
man. People in the
Have
chat
you
know
guys-
I love Fatur, man.
Oh my
Have you guys
god,
seen
you
the
are
report
dumb
on the
bad,
players about the medical staff?
Hey Fatah, I want to hang with
Yeah,
you too.
yeah,
I'm
I
on the
did
other side of the world.
Did you see that?
Yeah. Apparently, what was the thing? Let me just get it up. Chelsea launched a medical review into injury crisis due to player fears. Chelsea attempt to find reasons behind the injury crisis, and there's fear among players that the decision to sack staff has backfired. Chelsea reviewed the medical department and the way in which players are treated and allowed to recover. That's not good. Chelsea will review the treatment of injuries to determine whether or not any of their current problems could be avoided. And the big one, players believe changes to the medical department were made too quickly and that individuals they trusted with their fitness are no longer at the club.
That's huge.
Lack of faith from the players.
Bro, but didn't we relatively, when you look at it, Chelsea didn't always have a lot of injuries, man. Like
No, we didn't.
we
We
barely had
actually
injuries.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, we were good.
Well,
we had. Then I don't know what
actually
happened.
good in that
we just
department.
let
James
guys
and
on.
Chilwell were defo rushed back too quickly.
Yeah. Pause on that because
And
from my understanding, it was first that like we fired our medical staff because they weren't the best. Because I remember like when we brought in Fofana, we had him go do his like medical exam in the US. So like my thinking was like that's why they fired all these, but it seems like that.
It seems like they hired some vets. True.
don't you have doctors in the U? I mean, I know you guys have strikes in the UK, but don't you have doctors in the UK as well, man?
Josh.
Yeah,
Why did you have to go all the way to the US, man?
Hey, I don't know. Hey, that's laughing.
Oh man. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that could be bad because the players like you have to trust your trainers, the people that are taking care of you, and like so I could see that being a big negative. Man, Bowley, fucking up.
Hey, Fatur, you see what you called me a simp? You see what my wife brought me?
That's a lot of frosting.
Yep. You have to think for that one.
She's playing the long game of killing you off.
It's gonna fill you up. You never leave, Alex.
Wow. How am I catching straight and then Havertz misses yesterday?
Because you called him a simp when he was speaking to his wife.
Fatur, but you deserve it. Fatur. Based on
I
your
can't
performance
help
after the game yesterday, you deserve it, bro. I'm sorry, but you deserve it, man. Expect more to come.
After what that video?
Yes, that was a disgrace. That was a disgrace.
I've got like 5.
That was a disgrace.
different,
And you have done a lot of
different accounts
disgraceful
that
things
DM me
lately with the
about that.
OnlyFans and stuff, but this is even the worst one, man. Totally, man.
Right, let me go through these super chats. A guy says, "Don't hold your breath." He's spineless. Talking about par, that's fair enough. I do want to say he needs to improve on that. Go AM says, "Fata follows ostrich." #bestiality tax. That is mad. That is
Jesus.
fucking mad. Go AM.
Birds got legs.
Big up, my guy. Was
Legs
there
for
anything
days.
else anyone wanted to bring up, or we got everything out of our
I
system?
want to go golf, man.
The day that Havertz and Mount leave my club, I'm trying to fucking party in the street.
Scott,
Oh,
Scott,
bro, I
Scott, you're
can't
joining
wait
that
for that.
boat. Wait.
That's
Scott,
gonna
you're
be
joining that boat
fucking
finally.
miserable.
I'm so proud of Scott, man. I'm happy.
Bro, I've been in
Making
that
me
boat.
miserable.
But after the game yesterday, bro, I watched Havertz have to play a simple through ball and touch it out of play.
Did you see the 1-2 with Mount and Felix, and he gives it to
the day these two leave my club, bro, I tell you, it's going to be Christmas, Hanukkah, friggin' Diwali, my birthday, everything all rolled into one.
Good, man.
All rolled into one. I'm not literally, bro. I'm not going to sleep for a week. I'm just drinking. I'm spending the whole week drinking.
Bro, I'm not even drinking, man. I'm not allowed to say what I'm gonna do on this stream, man. But you know, one thing that really annoyed me about these guys is, it's like parasite. Once you remove the parasite, the body slowly heals, bro. But if you keep that parasite there, man, it's never gonna heal, man. It doesn't make sense that every striker we have plays like shit. But when you see these guys and how they play, I understand why Obama get frustrated, bro. Why Lukaku went in an interview, bro. Like these people, like honestly, like when you see how these guys react, like when you focus on them on games, and that's what I've been doing most of my last 2 years watching Chelsea. I don't even watch the game most of the time. I just watch these two motherfuckers, man. And I'm like, why do our fans rate them? What is it? Is it the tattoos? Is it the TikToks? Is it Mount's dick nose? I don't know what it is, man. Because it's sure as hell not the football ability, man. But yeah.
Hey, Kai, you been watching Lukaku lately?
No way they're dropping Mount. Like Havertz will get sold eventually, probably to Bayern next season or something. But Mount, we're stuck with. Like we're not getting rid of him.
I don't know about it. If he wants to keep trying to get at 300k, just keep Mount. I've never wanted you to want.
But didn't they say they see him as like a future leader?
I don't. Yeah, but I don't think he's 300k. Like please. I've never wanted anything more.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if he gets less than 300k, like 200, 250, he'll stay.
I heard it's more the number of years.
If he makes 250 a week at Chelsea, man, this guy.
If Mount humbled himself and he just asked for a little pay rise with a 1 or 2 year extension, he'd get it. But he's asking for Reece James wages because this club's just rimmed him for.
Yeah, but I don't even blame him for that because they've made him like the face of our entire club. Like we literally have the most mid player as the face of our club.
Yeah, like
and people are only seeing it now.
But you're asking for that in the worst form of your career. It's like, do you have shame?
Really? Bro, by the way,
Lewis,
but the worst form of his career, and he still starts every game. So,
by the way, Lewis,
doesn't make a
football
difference.
knowledge. You should replace it with Fatur or Daniel, bro.
Very good
I'm telling you, man. He actually knows
that?
football, man. You should replace it with Fatur or Bus Daniel, bro. Yellow Bus Daniel, because these guys have no football knowledge.
Been knowing football.
Yeah. Replace it.
I've been telling Lewis for the last 2 years how much I can't stand Mount. I'm glad people see in the light.
Why are you making that face, Fatur? All you do is noises, bro. You're like an NPC, bro. You're just background effects, man.
Wait,
You're like a smoke machine, bro.
At the same time, she's the reason.
You're like the fish in the
Hold on a second.
I'm sorry,
At the same time, Stephanie is the reason why Lewis likes J5.
No, because I kept saying I was backing Jorginho from sorry season.
Wait, is she a Jorginho?
But also, Alex, one of the reasons why I highly dislike Mount is because Jorginho or any midfielder, whatever midfielder we get eventually when Jorginho leaves, if you ever watch like which positions players are in, most average in each game, Mount is out of position all the time and constantly leaves gap in the midfield, which leads to whichever midfielder we have, Jorginho, if it was Declan Rice, anyone getting cooked on the transition. So it's not like you can blame Jorginho for being slow, but what can you do when they're constantly leaving him isolated? And that's Mount supposed to be his job. Like Kai Havertz, fair enough, he's shit attack wise. He comes back a lot defensively. Mount, like he's playing in midfield half the time. He's the highest player up the pitch, or he's hugging the corner flag for most of the game. So he's a lot of the reason why.
I understand what you're saying. But the gap between the two midfielders, sometimes when they go forward, it's also a big gap.
Yeah, the guy next to Jorginho is meant to help him.
But she's right about that.
Yeah, but he's isolated a lot of the time. He's isolated. Like if he has
Mount
hasn't played in a midfield position since Lampard, constantly.
No, he plays like this.
No, he has. There's games where Mount is playing. His role is to like come between both, like the carrier between the midfield and the attack.
Yeah. So
and he just stays up front the whole time.
Who's meant to be closer, Cover or Mount when they play, or Kante?
Depends what formation you're
Or
playing.
Zakaria.
Yeah, it depends
Because,
really.
for example,
Depends.
All these combinations with Jorginho is what I meant.
No, but I get Stephanie's point. It depends on the formation. Like, if you're playing like a double pivot, for example, like then fair enough. That's probably more on the other player that's playing with Jorginho. But like, for example, when you're playing in like with a three in midfield where Jorginho's the base of that three, and you've got two either side of him, one of those is meant to be Mount. When this guy is like just running off, like the meme or the Hobbit, like he's the guy from the Hobbit, just running off on his little adventure, just up front and leaving that gap. That's when you get exposed. That's when you get cooked in the transition.
Yeah, and it happens constantly, but then everyone just blames Jorginho. And I understand he has his like limits. I get why people don't like him. But a lot of it isn't just his fault. But only people are starting to see that now. And this is the reason why I've been saying for the last 2 years, like we need Mount out of this team. He is making everything so much harder for everyone.
The issue with Jorginho, in my opinion, though, isn't only like transitions, but also he makes stupid errors. Like,
bro, you
he
want to know what's really
makes mistakes that cost goals, like that are in transition.
You want to know what's really sad? You want to know what's really, really sad? But I actually got up my chair because we got a counter attack with Felix, bro. I haven't seen a counter attack for almost 12 months now, man.
No, Felix
how
first
sad is that?
nearly made me cry. Like, how can we have an attacker that can actually do that?
It's like he can counter attack, he can run, he has position
I'll
aware.
go one further. I was amazed that we have an attacker that can finally do a long shot and hit the target. With power.
He did waste.
With power.
We've had that. We've had long
Hey,
shots.
but he wasted quite a few chances that he should have done better.
Did,
But I want
it
to
was nice that
address.
we had someone declared. It's nice that we have someone.
We did.
It's nice
and
that
even
we have someone who can consistently hit the target with his shots with power. Like that's the thing. Is
he was great at being in positions for that, yeah. And that's why I give him a bit of a pass on the red card, because this guy came with energy that no one matched, and he become a little reckless too. But what I hated, and this is why I feel like the whole dressing room is a bit down to, is because no one matched him. The guy was running the intensity, and no one. Usually, a player does it, and other player might match him. No one, and that's what led to that reckless thing as well. That's why I'm like, this guy still was our best player. He was keeping that energy, and then he did something that was.
I hate that word,
reckless, but it's on.
He's not about what he brought intensity, but technical ability to this fucking team, man. He finally can take
No.
another player, man.
Yeah, but Felix looked like he was the fastest guy on the team.
Yeah,
right?
that's because
it's
like
he was
to
more
beat man. He doesn't have to
why
collide
that
with
is.
other players.
No, but he's playing for himself. That's why I know the guy's here to put on a show.
You know why he looks so much declared? Do you know why he looks so much quicker than everyone else? Is because he has something in upstairs. There's not empty space upstairs in between his ears. Like he has something where he can predict. He can predict.
He hasn't started overthinking yet.
And he can start planning what he's going to do before he gets the ball. He's not some of these other attackers that we have that they have nothing upstairs, so they just have to plan on the fly as they get the ball. They get the ball, and it's like, let me look up and see what's available, and I'll just play for what's available. I won't plan in like what I'm going to do next. That's
these players had that running, yeah, like that. These players can like run mindless, whatever. At least if they ran with Felix, there would have been better presses and whatnot. That's what I'm saying. Is that like it looks like just they're unmotivated. And I said this before Felix came too. Like the guys, I think you're going to see the best of Felix because he's putting on a show for not only Chelsea, for the rest of the world. He really wants this transfer. And this is like someone that fights for their contract, whatever. We've seen it before. So, like, even if we sign Felix, you might see a drop-off. Do you know what I mean? But I think that's what you're going to see from him. And that's why he's going to go for goals. That's why he's going to go for a bit of the glory, not pass. But I don't mind that now because there's nothing now. But that's what you're going to see.
We need to build on him. We need to build on him.
Chukwuemeka didn't play with him.
I think you're completely off. Declared completely off about it.
It usually is.
Oh, here we go.
No. I'm seriously, you completely off what you're saying about. That's not what
Felix?
it is. Remember, Scott. About Felix. Remember, Scott, when I tried to explain it, talent versus skill with Mount. I think we were Marshall stream.
Maybe.
I think it was with Mount. He doesn't have that talent that he doesn't have to think for the pass. He needs to look for the pass. The midfielder that actually have a talent, you cannot train that. You can't train that vision. The vision you cannot train. So Mount does everything by his physical abilities. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's the guy that goes. He's the guy. Shush. He's the guy that goes on a training ground and hits the target like a practice and practice and practice and practice. This is the guy. I respect him for doing it. But he doesn't have that talent. That, you know what I'm saying? The instinct. Yes.
Alex, that's not what I said.
What? This is what you said about Felix. That Felix tried to showboat. He's not showboating.
I didn't say showboating.
He's playing for himself.
I said he's playing for himself.
Whoa. Okay.
What?
So we got a little Matt Law thing here.
Oh, fuck Matt Law.
Chelsea considers a squad clear out in order to end era of player power at Stamford Bridge. Interesting.
Let's go.
Chelsea owners understood to be prepared to move on underperforming players and are ready to stand by the under pressure Graham Potter.
Yeah, but no. But
Till I hear Bolly say it, then I would believe it.
I was gonna say until I see the here we go, this player's left Chelsea Football Club, I'll believe it when I see it.
At the end of the day,
I bet you have.
You know the difference. Yeah. You know who's gonna be the bums? The guys that you think that should stay. But Mount and Kai Havertz are gonna stay. I promise you.
Because they're young and have potential.
James or Chalobah, they can all dip personally.
You know the trick. You know the tricks. You know what play for yourself is declared. It's the guy that Man United signed. And the one, the fidget spinner, the guy that chases his own tail, that's the showboating.
No. I agree, but the playing for himself, right? And the looking for the glory is he's putting on a showcase. He's only here for 6 months, and he's trying to get a transfer.
He's not. I think he's going to be a.
Hold on a second.
No, I actually said this as a good thing. I said it as a positive.
Guys, let me add one last part to it. Expensive signings such as Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic, and Kai Havertz are facing uncertain futures. Jorginho may be allowed to leave when his contract expires, and interest in Aspi could be considered. So that's about 5 names that have been listed off so far.
Yeah, every single one of them.
Hey, let's not forget Tuchel gave Asby a new contract. Let's not forget that.
Tuchel didn't negotiate.
Asby said himself that the board persuaded him to stay.
Yeah, the board persuaded him.
Both can be true.
Yeah, Moyo, you just
wasn't the board Tuchel at that point?
Both can be true.
Wasn't the board Tuchel at that point? We didn't have a board.
Because I remember in the summer, Tuchel himself was talking about
have a board. What are we talking? Of course we have a board, man.
So
in summer, did we have a board?
I feel like they dropped.
Yes, Bolly and them were in there. So
yeah, no, but that's what I mean. Like Marina and them were gone by that point, right? So
and the new ones are in.
Wait, who do you think run the club? Who do you think was running the club? Do you think the club was running by?
No. My point is that because when Bolly came in, he gave Tuchel the power for transfers and contracts.
Yeah, but the transfer has nothing to do with the board. Board is different.
He can't negotiate contract. He doesn't know how, man. That's not his profession. You know how contractor negotiate, bro. Have you ever signed a job contract?
This is what I'm saying. What I'm saying with Aspi is that Tuchel had the power to make the decision and say, "I want him to stay." And then the board went and said, "Okay."
But Azpilicueta himself said it was the board that was pressuring him to stay. He said that himself. That the board,
which is the owner.
If Bolly wanted him to stay. That's what he's telling me.
Bro, let's be honest. If Tuchel got his way, he would have replaced more than half of this team. And I am 100%.
I'm telling you, he didn't want Aspi to leave. He said it.
He didn't want a midfielder.
He didn't want a midfielder. I don't know why you trying to
defend him. He didn't want a
midfielder.
Who's like? Are we believing rumors now or what?
No,
he said it himself.
Oh, come on, he said it.
Yeah, but he also said these players weren't good enough too. And
I agree. But then he's the one that said he went in the space of like a week. Going from we don't need any midfielders to we need a midfielder because of one injury.
but Scott, didn't Klopp said the same thing? They just say it to like for PR because you know how we fans are.
They believe that, like they because they believe they don't need it.
Press release, man. I work in marketing.
Wanted like 3 defenders.
It wasn't a press release. He said it in an interview.
He said it in an interview.
He literally that's PR. It's still PR, bro. It's still PR.
You see what's funny? At the end of the day, we still did not get midfielder, right? Even with different
I don't know why you would disbelieve it when he came out and said, "What do you expect about these players? They're still here." So why would you believe him when he says that,
But don't believe.
I didn't believe him when he was here. I believe that based on his team,
People love to pick and choose, right?
Based on his previous clubs, based on the way he played for previous clubs, obviously he wasn't happy with the squad at Chelsea.
You want to believe that he's the one who?
Kai, if we're going to do that, I can tell you, if he wanted a midfielder, he'd have said so, because he said the same thing at PSG. He wanted a centre back, they refused to give him one, so he played Danilo Pereira as CDM at centre back to prove a point. If he'd have wanted a midfielder, he'd have said so. I can tell you that now.
Yeah, but we can go ahead and Scott and say that he tried to change the way he deals with PR, because he even said himself he wanted to kind of not focus on that part of the game, you know.
Okay,
we can just speculate, but at the end of the day, we're speculating, right? Like we can't.
He said Gallagher had qualities like Kante.
Okay, I give up, man. Fuck it. If he said that, man.
That might be his worst.
The only thing him and Gallagher have in common, bro, is both of them play in midfield, bro. That's the only thing they have in common.
And they get paid by the same club. That's the only thing they've got in common. That's the only.
They don't even play the same midfield position.
Jesus Christ, man. I'm sorry. Then I take back everything else I said.
Yes,
based on that comment, bro. Because Gallagher is literally.
I tell you what,
Mount with Down syndrome, bro. I never see that guy
the
again.
best cupcake I've ever had.
That does look pretty good. Well,
thank you for
cupcakes sitting in the fridge for 2 days.
I dropped it. I dropped it.
Oh wait, there's more. There's a possibility of Chelsea cutting losses on Koulibaly, so I add that to it.
Mad thing.
That was
bro, but for me, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything unless I see Mount leaving.
I was going to say, like, again, I'm not really believing it.
Bro, why does it have to be like this one player has to, like, come on?
Have you seen that one player when we play without him and with him, man? That's basically what it is.
Hey, if Mount becomes a rotation player and he's just coming in,
he will never become a rotational player.
I'm done with the rotation piece. I just want him out. Not even because of how bad he is. You know what it is? It's not even because of how bad he is. It means if he leaves, his fucking fans can leave as well.
Yeah. They won't leave though. They're like,
but if they don't, that's cool. At least they can shut up with this. Oh, he clapped the fan, so he deserves praise. Now fuck off.
Are they gonna have like t-shirts?
The only one who see him ending up like Dele Alli, where he's just like bigged up like all this character. At the end, he doesn't like live up to his so-called potential. Although I don't think the potential is that high.
No, I think he is living up to his potential. This is it.
I think.
No, I mean so-called potential.
I'm gonna defend Mount. I'm defend Mount right now. All right,
of course.
I think we're being okay. I know you guys. Yeah, you guys get come. Yeah, whatever. But Mount.
By the way, at the end of the day, Mount is not living. Kai Havertz is not living.
Well, no.
I'm agree with Alex.
Kai is leaving. Kai is not an academy player. He's not. From Cobham. He's leaving.
Actually, I'd rather keep Kai than Mount.
Let him finish what he's going to say.
Let me finish.
Yeah, I'm the same man.
I'm upset about my cupcake.
Right, so Mount is like the type of player who he's not going to be. He can't be a focal point, and I think that's the issue right now. All the managers currently have tried to build around Mount, and that does not work. But Mount is, to me, the perfect utility player. You put more creative players around him and more like better players.
But
he's
again,
a player that would then do all the other dirty work and all the little things.
You put all the creative players around him, and he can be on the bench. Perfect.
But you guys are accommodating. Like, see, this is why I don't like when people say that about.
No, it's not accommodating.
Why are we doing so much mental gymnastics just to accommodate?
The thing is, not accommodating because this is like we love to pick and choose again. This is the same guy that played the past two Havertz.
That was 2 years ago.
Oh, what happened? You still want him to talk? Winter Surfer, you still want him to talk?
Enough with this, man. Enough with this.
Nobody wants to hear from that guy anymore.
Mount is not like we're talking like he's just completely has no talent. Like he is.
I mean, he's basically there. Do you know what it is?
Can I just answer this?
He's not lost his cheek. Like,
can I answer this? No talent bullshit that everyone here. There is talent, but there is Chelsea level talent where we want to be, and there is below that talent. And if we accommodate a standard where his talent is okay and be like, yeah, he's not that bad, that's not the issue though. Because if we want to win, to have a city level of team, we need to start setting a standard and
okay, but
making the team based on that standard.
Okay, question.
Aspilicueta is a bench player. He's gonna be sold soon. You can't use that same fucking argument, bro.
Pause. Aspi has won titles, right?
But Aspi's old though.
No. But when he did win titles, was he considered the best player in the team?
But that's
was the
different.
best-
That's different.
That's
though.
why
He was
I'm saying
very
with
good.
Mount. I want
He was
Mount
a
to
very
be
Based
good
on
like
his
centre back.
position.
The season that we
very
won the
good
league in
1v1 He was one of the
16-17,
best.
he was the
Yeah,
best
exactly.
centre back in the
Scott.
world.
Yes, and he was one of the best fullbacks in
Center
the world,
back.
one-on-one. One-on-one, he had one
The
of the
year,
best.
no, the year. Listen to what I said.
1v1.
The year we won the league in 16-17, when he was playing as a right centre back, he was the best centre back in the world. He was statistically the best 1v1 defender in
And
the world.
Scott, you remember when we won the league in 14-15? He was
But
the best
thing,
RB in the
though,
Premier
yes,
League,
he
man.
was. That's
Also,
what
not
I'm
he was
even me.
considered
That's
the
what he
best.
wanted.
He was considered the best one-on-one defender at right back or left
Is
back.
Mount even top 10 Premier League midfielders?
Can I just say, with the whole Mount thing though, I will say with what he said, he's not accommodating Mount. With what he said, but the thing that I would push back
The
on is
salary kind of
with
does
what
it,
you're
kind of.
saying. With what you're saying about you put him on the bench and whatnot. The thing for me, and this is why I'm happy to get rid of Mount, is his attributes that he brings to this team are so easily replaceable. So easily replaceable.
Upgradable
For
as well.
Let me respond to that. Let me respond
all
to
you
that.
need to do to replace Mount is find someone who can press to a high level, and all
We
that
got this
requires.
from
I
Gallagher.
agree with. Let me respond to that. I
So
agree.
it's like
with you.
I say, I go get Gallagher. Go and get Anthony Gordon from Everton. You've replaced him because he presses just as well.
Yeah, let me-
Ziyech
can I
presses
can I
just as
respond
well,
to
and
that
I've
point?
replaced him.
Let me
We
respond to
almost
that
four
point.
now.
Let
So
me
West
respond to
Ham.
that point. All right, I agree with that. But this is how But when we talk about football, it is not just on the pitch. It is also off the pitch, and that's the thing with Mount that actually I like because
what does he do off the pitch, buddy?
No, because
know, yeah.
because he is known for being one of the hardest, training super well. You need players at the club who understand the culture of the club and also work hard. So what I'm saying with Mount is that he's not gonna be John Terry, but he is really how many players do we have at this club that understand Chelsea?
I don't care.
What is this understand Chelsea
comes into
bullshit?
the
He's a
same
good
thing.
enough football
This
player or
comes
not,
into
man.
the same.
Hey, I'm trying to work out what he's saying. What are you
I was
actually
going to say
saying?
this. Everything I said at the start of the stream about the clapping the fans and the effort thing, and the playing for the badge, this comes under the same thing. I couldn't give a fuck because how many players have we had for this play for us?
Drogba hated
Winners, by
Chelsea,
the way,
bro. Drogba, when he came in, he
didn't
even
know the
wrote in his
club.
book that he hated Chelsea, man. He said
Bro,
that he
I
wasn't
don't
happy at
care.
Chelsea. He wanted to go back to
This is the
Marseille, man.
thing. I want ability, and also on the training thing. One of our best ever players was the worst trainer we've ever had at this football club.
Yeah, Hazard.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I just
I
think
hate
Mount
that.
to me seems like he could.
Oh, I hate that, man. Oh my
And
days,
it's not
man.
just that. It's just even his personality, he seems like he's very friendly, cool with a lot of people in the locker room.
We're
This is
playing
friendly.
football
I mean,
here, and every attribute that you've listed is a non-football attribute.
Friendship
Like
attitude, bro. Everything
you
you
were
said is the
talking
friendship
on the
attitude.
pitch. I don't give a fuck if he claps the fans or he wears a Chelsea jersey when he's in the terrace. Or
We're acting like he hasn't done anything on the pitch.
Preach!
Oh my God, shut her up.
Wait.
Fuck
We're
you.
acting like he hasn't done anything on the pitch.
One at a
Now
time.
we're really gonna act like that. Like he hasn't done anything.
No, but
on the
you
pitch,
haven't
and he
said
hasn't
any of
done
Yeah,
that.
but he's not
All you've been
doing
talking is about
anything
off the pitch.
special, and all
That's
you're
right.
saying is
I know,
he's got a
but-
good
but I was just
personality. He
making that
loves
point
Chelsea. Who the
in
fuck cares? I
addition-
love
Yes,
Chelsea. Give me
Hey, make your
200,000
points
on
about
that.
on the pitch. Tell us what he's done on the pitch. I don't hear that
Well,
like everyone else.
in the past
Not 2
two-
years ago, bro, because time flies, man. COVID is done.
No, but still,
The
but
excuses are
this
just
is the
like
thing. I'm not the biggest Mount supporter, but I'm just trying to play devil's
No,
advocate.
you are now.
You're finding every little way.
How can you play devil
Okay,
advocate if the only examples you give are emotional ones? I don't fucking get it, man. I don't.
You're
okay.
backtracking.
Yeah,
Hey,
like,
you
he's
went from
talking on
Mount's
the
not bad to talk about nothing about that he does, and now you said you're not his biggest fan.
No, but
How far are you
okay,
gonna go?
statistically-
You're
okay,
gonna
let's
join
go-
us by
let's
the
go
end of
stats.
this.
Hey, let's go stats. Goals and assists. In the past 2-3 seasons, who's led goal and assists? Tell me.
Kai, would you
Because he
like to
played the
tell him
most
who his
games.
goals were against, please? Like
Joe
to-
I don't
Felix
care.
has
I
came
don't care.
in one
I don't
game
care
and
who.
I'm already
Nobody
way
else is
better.
doing it. I don't care.
On the
Who's
stats, by the
goal
way,
assists?
if you
Yes.
take,
Why isn't he doing
let's
anything
use
now?
the stats argument. Let's use the stats argument. If you go and look at his stats compared to others, like even Kai Havertz is an awful footballer. I can tell by watching him.
And he had better
The-
stats than
the
him last
stats-
season as well.
I'll tell you what, the stats love Kai Havertz. If you go and look at his stats, you'd think he was world class. Like, no shit. Go and look at his stats, and his stats look world class. Mount's stats
Stop.
look awful.
The eye
Scott,
test
can
was
you-
awful.
Scott, can you tell me what Mount's stats are against the Big Six teams, please? I just want to know.
Oh, let me go and find his goal record from last season and come back to me.
I think he's got one
And
goal.
while he
one
does that,
assist
let
from
me
the
just tell
last
you
season.
one thing, yeah. Let me just because
4
everybody wants
goals
to talk.
against Norwich last season.
Everyone will talk about Mount. Even Lukaku, who's not here, had better goal ratio than Mount last season. So did
let's not
Havertz
do
last
that.
season. People have to and then when you shut down that fucking argument, they're like, but he wants
Hey, that's
2
my
player of the
point.
years
That's
given
my
by
point,
fucking
though.
fans, man.
Off the field does matter, right? That actually validates
Off
all
the
my
field
point.
does not
Okay,
fucking
hold on,
matter.
hold on,
because
hold on.
Terry-
It does
Terry-
matter.
Off the
It
field
does.
matters when he's doing it on the field.
Dude, we had John Terry. Off the field doesn't matter. Trust
Oh no,
me.
no, no!
doesn't matter, man.
Declared literally hit the nail on the head. Off the field matters when they're doing it on the field. On the field is the most important thing. The
Bro, we're
most
playing
important.
football, not the Sims, bro. We're playing football, not the
Yeah,
Sims,
but
man. I
also,
don't get
can I
like
just
this
say, off the
argument,
field
man.
doesn't matter because we had John Terry, who was doing it
Yeah.
on the field.
It depends
So
on
off
it
the
depends on
field
what you mean.
doesn't
No,
matter.
no, the
John
thing is,
Terry,
it
man.
depends on what you mean off the field because
Oh,
off
you
the
know
field
exactly
matters.
what I mean. By
I know what you mean, but I get what the
He
off
was
the
on
field
field
stuff-
on that
off-
one. He was
The
playing
only
there.
time the off the field matters more than on the field is when they're like 37, like Aspi, a guy who shouldn't be playing. The only thing you need him for is the leadership stuff off the pitch. That's the only time that off the field matters more than on the field.
Wait, why can't we have? Why can't the players even have both? Like, I don't give a fuck about like the off the field, but even if I did, like, why can't he be like a good player as well? Because at the end of the day, we're playing football, right? Like, this is the
Off
point
the
of this
field-
game is to win points,
Off
right?
the field traits you were describing is basically
It's
near
friendship,
enough
bro.
the guy
Happy
who's
to be
in the
friends.
guy who's the guy's in the Stanford Lions suit.
Okay,
essentially.
actually, I think
Yeah, we're playing football. We're not trying to find friends for Dora the Explorer, bro. I don't
Someone
get
put
this.
it in the
Maybe,
chat.
maybe
Someone-
can you, hey, Alba, can you tell us what the off the field
By the way,
traits that are important that you're referring to?
does anyone
Say that
want the
again?
goals from Mount from last season? The
Wait, say that
teams?
again?
Yes, please, Scott. Yes, please.
Hey, ask
You
the
can involve
question
this
again?
season as well. You can involve this season as well.
No,
'cause he
I'll
had
just go
done shit
last
this
season.
either, man.
Of the 11 goals he got in the league, one was against a team from 10th place and above.
But okay, but who else scored against top teams? That's my point.
That's not the argument. Your argument
wasn't
was
the argument,
that
bro.
That was my argument was who's been leading us goals in this, like statistically. That was all.
I just told you, Havertz and Lukaku had more goals than him last season, bro. I just answered you. We
No,
both
I
just
said the
answered
last
you.
How bad our team is.
No, I said goals and assists, bro. Goals and assists. That's what I said.
But
I
he
said
takes
team.
corner though. That's not fair though. None of those guys take corners.
Okay, now it's not fair. But no, I
It is
get
not
what you're
fair. It
saying
is.
about.
If Luka, like, if Havertz or Lukaku
Say that one more
corner,
time.
wouldn't they get like 1 or 3 or 4 more assists?
Oh, if we're including if we're
Havertz
including
and
assists,
Lukaku
by
didn't
the
take
way,
corners for us.
sorry, if we're including assists, by the way, he had 3 goals and assists in 21 against teams ranked 10 and above in the league last season.
Okay, who else?
3 of 21.
Anybody else do better in our team?
Listen, look. The
Bro,
goals
but
and
our team
assists.
shit.
No,
Hey,
I'm just curious.
we can't have a stance where goals and assists don't matter. Look, he's done it, but when you watch Mount, it's inconsistent and he's gone missing now. So he's copying the
No.
criticism. So
Goals
can we
and-
not give him
goals-
criticism now?
No,
Goals and
that's
assists.
not-
Goals and
that's
assists
not my
matter
point.
a lot more than just
my point
against
was that I
bottom
think it's a
teams.
little
They
overboard.
matter a lot. It's important to have
fuck do
teams
we
who can
let
win
Mount
against in the
play?
big games. If you
And,
can win in the
okay.
big games,
Yeah,
you'll
we
never
did,
move
Andy.
from top.
Yeah, we did.
Fucking hell.
Do we see Mount?
Yeah.
being as good? Do we see Mount being as good as Henderson at Liverpool?
Yes,
Oh
that's
my,
the
that's
level.
the level though.
That's
That's
literally the
what
level.
I, that's what I'm trying to say. I view him as Henderson. He's a good. Like,
He's as good as Henderson is now.
No, but
that's why I think we should keep like. And Henderson.
No,
the reason
you're
he-
missing the point. He's as
What?
good as Henderson is playing now. He got benched for Henderson in the World Cup. Yeah?
He's in
And
a bad
Henderson's
form,
better
but
than
he's
him.
still young. Like
He's
we're
not
making it
young.
seem
He's
like
24. He's
He's
24.
24.
Stop this young nonsense. He's 24.
But
24.
Henderson, when did Henderson have his best years in the middle?
But that's not a bar to reach. Henderson's an average player.
no, do you know what? No, but the
But
thing
that's
is,
my
do
point.
you know
Like-
why? Do you know why Henderson was crucial to Liverpool? There was 2 things. Number one, it was the energy, but that's because the system they play is all about blood and thunder and running.
Yeah, that midfield.
Number 2
yeah.
was his leadership because he was their captain.
Mhm.
That was the difference. Mount is not a leader. He's none of that. And like the system we play, having running is not just the be all and end all of it. So like, there's more.
I think Mount in a right system. The first part you said, I think he
the
could
right
do what
No,
Henderson.
you're right.
No,
No,
let me-
you're right.
let me-
The problem
let me
is that
respond to the
system
second
is what
one, right?
Klopp is playing. Mount in Klopp's system does amazing things, but that's because, as I said, his system is about running and blood and thunder, and we're just going to outrun you. Like, that's his system. That's what he works in. But I don't want my
And
team.
it's not a
to be that.
sustainable. It's not.
No, I don't want my team to that. I want to be possession, which he can't work in.
I remember people saying he will get into our Guardiola team. I was like, yeah, maybe as the water boy, man.
I saw a guy. We all saw a guy who played for this club for 10 plus years. Was the best trainer, running in and out. But you know what he did? He worked on his game, his craft, his passing, his crossing, his through balls, his running,
bro.
his goals.
Lampard.
And I know it's harsh, but that's Lampard. That's the one you aspire to. This guy is not even in the same breath.
And he had a normal size nose as well, man.
We make that seem like because he's not in the same breath as Lampard, he doesn't have a place in this club. And my point is that I'm not trying to say he could be Lampard. I don't think so. I agree with you there. But to me, he still has a place at this club.
He's not an Obi Mikel. He's not a Ramirez. He's not even that type of player. A Ramirez type of player. He's not like that.
Bro, also, I would argue he's not improved in 4 years. So if he's not
like
improved,
I tweeted that yesterday as well, Scott.
he's not. I was going to say you can make an argument that he's not improved in 4 years. What's to say he's going to improve in another 4 years? At which point he'll be 28.
Wishful thinking.
Supposed to be in his prime.
Well,
wishful thinking.
This is the thing. Like, has he?
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. I ask this all the time, and you can't mention off the ball movement. What does he excel at on the ball? That when someone goes Mason Mount, you think, oh my God, he's the best at this, or he's one of the best at this. Name me it.
Are you asking me?
He claps the
Yes,
fans.
I'm asking you. Yeah, I'm asking you.
Fucking hell.
Remember, you can't use off the ball. It has to be on the ball.
I will say one, but that's all,
Not
and
you,
it's
Lewis.
useless.
Not you, Lewis.
Oh,
Lewis,
That's
no.
that's me.
Lewis, no. You'll give him the answers or something like that. Or try to.
Oh, I'm
Go
not
on.
saying nothing.
Go on.
Well,
What does he
okay.
excel
Your
at?
question already is painting like because your question's like that is top in the world.
No, because you were going to say off the ball movement. That's why.
No,
You
I
were
wasn't
gonna
gonna say off the ball. What? No.
Okay, what does he excel
No,
at?
to me, his
When
best
someone
skills.
someone says to you, Mason Mount, you go, oh my God, he's the best at this.
His industry, pressing. He has.
I said
on the ball.
So it's everything off the ball.
That's not
Everything
the
off
ball.
the ball.
On the ball. What did he do
Everything
before?
Oh
that he
yeah, I was
excelled?
gonna. Hey, let me get to it. Let me get to it.
Bro,
All
can
right.
I? You really
full
like.
kicks.
Let him
He does
say
have-
it.
he
Let
has
him say it.
decent- Bro,
Don't
let me
say it.
ask. Bro, let me ask you a question. He has decent, like he has his free, like his foot, like for free kicks, pretty decent. Compared to like the
Let him
average
go,
norm.
Let him finish.
Can I go ahead?
Yeah,
No, let him
I-
finish.
Wait, everyone stop.
Please, let him
Go ahead,
finish.
bro.
and yeah, like
Angry eyes. You forgot angry eyes. You forgot angry
he's
eyes.
not world class, but that's the thing. I wasn't making the point that he's world class in anything like.
What's he good at? What's he
Wait,
good at?
What's he good at?
Let me ask him a question. Let me ask him a question. You seem like a nice guy, yeah? You seem
No,
like a
Victor,
nice
this is
guy.
funny.
I'm not gonna put you down, yeah?
Go
You
for
seem
it,
like a
bro.
nice guy, yeah? But what do you want from Chelsea? Like, where would you want Chelsea to be for you to be happy, man? And honestly, this is not me looking down on you, whatever, or I'm not gonna troll you. Like, honest question, man.
Oh no,
Because
bro.
people like you who big up Mount, man, I really want to know how their
I
brain
don't
works.
think
Like, where they
I'm
want
just
Chelsea
playing
to be.
devil's
Man.
advocate. I don't think like.
Bro, this is a weird way of playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, because
This
devil's
is a
advocate
weird way of
usually
playing
works
devil's
where you put like
Hey,
objective
it's
fucking
helping the
reasoning, because
conversation.
everything you've
We're
been put
getting
in
good
subjective, man.
conversation.
No, we
Hey,
don't want to
Eric.
discuss this. We don't want to discuss this.
No, I kind
Well,
of do.
I
Do
want
you
his
know what,
answer, man. I want his
Andrew?
answer because
I
I
can't lie.
want
I'm
to
getting a
see
kick
how
out of
these
this.
guys
No,
think,
okay,
man.
yeah,
I want to
let
know
me
how they
answer.
think, man.
No,
Yeah, go ahead,
like
bro.
I want to see us competing for titles, and I want to see us like competing at the top.
No, do you want
Right?
to see a competing for titles or winning titles, bro?
Well, let's get to competing first, and then we can.
But that's not the way to look at that. Are you successful
No,
in
that
life,
is the
man?
way to look at
Are you
it. to be fair.
successful in life, bro? Are you successful? Are you happy with your life, with your achievements in
Yeah,
life?
yeah. I'm happy with that. Yeah.
And when you look, when you think to yourself, right, when you want to big yourself up, do you say, I want to have a pretty girlfriend. She's good enough. I want to have a decent house. I don't want a house too big. But like, is that how you talk to yourself in the mirror when you look at
No,
yourself?
but I do think I want to get the 2-bedroom house, the first starter house, and I want to get to the mansion. It's steps. I think it's steps.
Yeah, but in order for you to, you have to believe in yourself to make those steps. And if you set your goals too low, like, oh, he has a nice little foot,
that's
he
the
has
goal.
angry eyes. That's not how you're gonna reach those. You're not gonna reach those goals that way,
Okay,
man.
but hey, let's get back.
Find the bare minimum, bro.
Listen, you either get the steps in your house or you sleep on steps outside.
Exactly, Andrew. Exactly. You have to believe that you can achieve it instead of just being like, I would like some. I would like to eat today. No, you say, Andrew Tate. How am I like Andrew Tate? I'm just saying, bro. You have to believe in yourself to achieve things in life.
Hey, he's
man.
got a better look at life. Andrew, when he sleeps on those steps outside, he's going to be, this is not too bad.
Because I don't get it, man.
It's okay. It's not too bad. You know, it's been roughed in. You know, the concrete's a bit rounded. This won't hurt my back so much.
Bro, from
better
the
way
way
to look.
he
He's probably happier than us. We got
From
high
the way he
standards.
answered it,
We get
from the way
upset
he
too much.
answered it, he's not sure that's what he wants. like,
Okay,
from Chelsea. That's why
I
was
think
like,
this is
kinda-
the best way I can answer the question, right?
Yeah.
What the ideal
shit,
for?
Johnny's
Let me
alive
just
with
give like the
truth.
starting lineup.
Go.
The ideal starting
fuck
lineup
him.
to me for next season.
Yeah.
Right, 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. We'll have a new goalkeeper, ideally. Right.
Hopefully.
Get rid of Mendy and Kepa. Find
Wait,
somebody new.
How far ahead is this? Sorry to interrupt you. How far ahead is this?
This
season,
summer.
2 seasons?
This summer.
This summer. Okay.
This
okay.
summer.
Ooh. You
No,
move
yeah,
fast.
this
Okay,
summer,
man.
I'm saying coming out of next summer, this is what I want the squad to look like, starting 11 wise.
All right, go ahead.
All right.
It's been
New
interesting.
goalkeeper, right
Okay.
back James,
Okay.
center back still Silva, Fofana, with Silva now getting replaced by either Colwell or Badiashile, like they're getting
Oh
worked
my
into the team.
God. Okay.
Let him
go ahead.
go, let him go, Carl, let him go.
Chilwell,
Infinite.
Cucurella rotating, right? If
Fair.
we're playing a
Take care,
like,
Stephanie. Oh, she's already gone. Oh, big up.
we're playing a midfield three, Declan Rice or
She probably
Casado.
thinks it's like the most
Oh,
toxic
you've lost
team
me
ever,
now.
bro.
You carry on.
No,
with
let
your
him go,
nonsense.
let him
Okay.
finish, let him
Sorry,
finish.
go ahead.
Listen, like I'm just saying the names that we've been linked with, like for
Finish,
defensive
just finish. Go on,
midfielders.
go on.
But yeah, we got. I'll say Declan, Enzo.
Yep.
And then that's where Mount would be a rotational player to me. He would listen where he'll
What's the
come
rest
in
of the
because then
midfield?
you would have the Enzo's the dynamic playmaker. Rice would be the physical player, and then you would have the player do everything.
Mount is a sitter.
Either, yeah, basically sitting, doing this,
He's Rice's
being where
babysitter.
he needs to
Sitting
be,
on the
like
bench.
what
Wow.
Henderson does. Right, and then up front we have Sterling, and this up
Are
front
you
still
sure
very much
24 years old player gonna catch a sit?
When he likes to
Mount to
run.
me is the type of player that'll do what he needs to do for the team if you ask him to.
Yeah,
Like,
Mount is not that kind
Can
of
we
player.
put him in
man.
goals? We need a keeper. Can we?
So
put
what's
him
the
in
rest
goals?
of this? What's the finish of the team? What's the forward
Bro,
line?
I wish
that
I wish
is
my
good.
girlfriend was the way he describes Mount, man. That's just that way, man. Jesus Christ.
bro, this is funny. It's so funny to me because I do not like Mount that much, but everybody thinks
It doesn't, bro. You're contradicting, bro.
you're
You
Yeah, you're
contradict-
confused.
Go ahead, man.
I gotta go send the package to England. I'll see you guys later.
Oh, your wife couldn't do it for
Let's
you?
get a new mic. Let's get a new mic.
Yeah,
Take care,
nicely,
Alex.
Alex.
This
You asked
conversation,
pretty nicely to me.
this
Oh,
conversation is dead. We've like literally make the team around Mason Mount. That's how sad it is.
I didn't say
Right,
that.
let
though,
me-
like, oh my
We
God.
need some
Let me
entertainment
go
at the
through
end.
these supers quick.
See you guys.
Artem says, I don't know
Yeah.
about you guys, but I started laughing when Felix got the red card. Same here, basically. Only at Chelsea can something like that happen. It was a breath of fresh air in attack, though. Madueke is a baller, but too injury prone. We'll delve into Madueke a bit more in tomorrow's stream, but Felix made me laugh and then made me a bit pissed off because like he did
I like
so
the way you
well.
say his name. That makes me laugh.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it
That's
kind of
it.
was like laughing. It's funny on a bad luck level. I just couldn't believe that luck.
God of Frog says Mount reason for Tuchel, Lamps being sacked and got benched. No, Mount is the reason for Tuchel and Lampard being sacked and he got benched by Super Southgate. All he does is hair flicks and side passes. Stone Island, big nose fraud. He didn't hold back with that one. Fair enough, bro. Big up Strinaf saying, big up the panel. We need a Drogba or a Costa next to lead the line. One question, can the injury list be adding pressure to Mount as he is not given his
No.
freedom? No. We'll not do
Given
that
his freedom?
as a Johnny excuse. No.
Given his freedom? What the hell, man? He's had freedom for 3 years. What are you talking about?
He literally just roams.
Freedom, bro.
Freedom? What is he?
What
a
is
cow
this,
or
bro?
something? What is
Aimlessly,
he?
my guy.
What is he?
Bro,
Is he a
people
rescue
think
dog?
people think this
Is
is
he a
UNICEF, bro. This is Chelsea Football
Yeah,
Club,
is
bro.
he
We
a
play
rescue
football,
dog?
man.
even do for us?
Freedom? Is he a rescue donkey or something? What is this, man? Jesus
That's why he's so
Christ.
close to Kai, man. That's why
He's
he's
a
so close
donkey.
to
That
Kai.
explains
Yes,
why
you
Alex
know.
is so close
Yeah,
to him.
fucking hell, freedom.
Fucking hell, bro. That is mad.
Freedom to do what exactly?
Yeah.
Freedom
God
to
knows. Just run around
the
a bit
fans.
more, innit?
You know what? I'm loving this, bro. I'm loving all these people turning out, man. Honestly, it's one of the greatest days of my life, man. Thank you guys. You made my day.
Still got
man.
the match going, fans, though. You
Kai,
still
you
got the
need to
match.
do more stuff, man. Seriously, man.
Yeah, but the match
Yeah.
going fans, most of the time they watch him, they're drunk anyway, man. So unless they sober up, we can't reach them, man.
I
Unfortunately.
was drunk. I was still telling Mount to fuck off after
I
the
heard
game.
even Timo turned on him in his fan cam yesterday. So
Good.
I heard it. So don't try and deny it as well.
Who is
You know what I
Timo,
mean?
bro? I don't know who that is.
Batter.
Is Mount the biggest issue? to you guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
right.
Hey, by the way, we got mentioned
I
the
said this
article.
before. Like I don't think any one
what did
player
he
is
do?
the cause of why we're where we are. Right. I think there's a lot of players that are at fault. But if you want to go down the route of blaming one player as to the biggest reason, he's the biggest reason. Like the top three is him, Jorginho, and Aspi. Like whatever order you want to put the other two in is calm with me, but he's number one.
And you know what
And
annoys
is
me
that-
about him? Like why I dislike him? It's not because of his ability as a player. The fact that he sees how much the fans love him and still does the fucking bare minimum on the pitch, man. Like that what annoys me the most. Because he knows how much these fans love him to the point that now he doesn't like. If you even look at him 2 years ago, how much like he's not even like a road runner like he used to be right now, man.
Yeah.
But
No,
he barely runs. He barely want to do anything because he's seen that no matter how shit he plays, and that's also applicable to Havertz as well.
Yeah.
They would do the bare minimum because they know they're gonna start the next game, and that's kind of on par as well. But for me, man, like
I
that's
think
the
it's
main
like-
reason
I
why I
think-
dislike the guy, man.
I think that makes sense. I think like one of the issues I think is that like managers keep picking him, so it's like not even fully his fault, right? Like because he keeps getting picked.
What is he
Bro, I
saying? Why are
hate
you
you,
picking
man.
me,
I hate
coach?
you, bro. I'm
Coach,
sorry,
why are
man.
you putting me in?
No,
I
remember,
don't want to play.
He likes to play all the games. Remember, he likes to play all the games. Remember?
Ooh, Chelsea. This one is juicy, boys. Chelsea have not ruled out making a second bid for Benfica's Enzo Fernandez.
Dude, pay the release clause. I don't give a fuck.
I
Pay
think
the-
Enzo made it clear that he's not going nowhere.
That he
himself.
made it clear, bro. I remember
Yeah,
Kevin
yeah,
De Bruyne the day before he moved to City. He
He
was
kissed
like,
the
"I'm
bat
not
and
leaving. I'm
everything.
staying." And he
Oh
moved.
yeah, I remember that.
You remember that? The second day I was in a taxi, bro.
Yeah.
I
No,
remember
like that was more politics, but to go out of your way after a goal
Mount is
to
Homelander.
the
Respect
hardcore fans and
Homelander,
tell
bro.
them
Respect
like that, it's a
Homelander,
bit
bro.
different.
Do you remember? Do you guys remember? You know when Thiago Alcantara moved to Liverpool? Remember the day before? I don't know if you remember this. The day before, they said he was not going to move to Liverpool. The
Yeah.
deal was off.
I think I remember that.
24
Yeah.
hours later, he's wearing a Liverpool shirt like that.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Hey, I agree with those statements, but I think the Enzo one I see as different because he went out of his way to do it to
do
the
you think
fans
that's
and sign
anything
it.
to do? Do you think
That doesn't mean shit, bro. You think footballer cares about us, fan, man? Don't
I
care
mean,
about us if we buy the
No,
jersey.
Kai. What I'm saying, there's a difference. There's one, two. You know they can't say I'm going, yeah. Just like every coach.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
the-
like even if there's a deal happening, when
Okay.
they're in front of a microphone, they can't say it.
I'm
Like
gonna-
he
I'm
went
gonna-
out of his way. Like he didn't have to do anything. I'm
Declare.
saying he went
Because,
out
hold
of his
up.
way.
Why
to
does
do
that even matter? You know, if Chelsea do pay the release clause, it doesn't matter. He's
Yeah,
coming.
yeah. They
So why
just
do you-
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to
No,
negotiate.
but he has to agree to that release clause. He's just
You
to
think
go
he's not
bypass
gonna?
the
You
club.
think he's gonna stay at Benfica? when
But
Of
Chelsea
course
is
he's gonna
double
agree.
the
Salary
no.
demands
So
before.
no,
He
what
doesn't-
I'm saying, if there
triple
was
his
something
salary.
still in the air, right, he wouldn't have gone out of his way. So whatever
Yeah, I get
happened,
what you're saying.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows that they're not coming back. Most likely.
all I know is on Enzo Fernandez, on the new FIFA update, they changed his hair to blonde. I've just seen it right now.
Did they?
Did
Nice.
they?
Yep,
Did they
still
change
does
his
it.
stats? What's
don't
his
even
Still
rating?
doesn't
think
look
so,
like him. Still doesn't look like him. Generic face.
Remember Reece
I
James
just
when he
care
first
about,
signed?
about the
in
rating.
FIFA?
That's all I care about.
Was it because of the new Ultimate card they brought out, Andrew?
Do you remember Sami Khedira's one? He started the headband 2 years after.
Reece James looked like a 5-year-old made him on FIFA, bro. He creates a player. But yeah, I think Enzo. But the thing is, man, a lot of people don't realize this. Like footballers, they look at us as consumers. They don't really look at us like as a human. You can see like the way they interact with people as well, man. We are consumers, you know. Like this is what I do in a living, right? Like I sell people stuff, trying to package it as nice as possible for people to buy it, man. At the end of the day, we are consumers to these guys. We're consumers
Yeah,
to
it's a
body.
job.
We're consumers to
It's a
these
job.
players. It is a job. People
It's
need
a
to stop
job.
putting so much emotion into it, man.
I understand the job, but they should then imagine these Chelsea players on a.
They should lie to us better, huh, Andrew?
Yeah, but imagine, Kai, these Chelsea players on performance pay. They'd have two other jobs by now. The last 6 months, man. They wouldn't get any money from us. That's the problem. It's the only one of the only industries where you can play shit for 9 months and still get paid 250 grand a week or something like that. You know. I don't understand the fans getting angry.
Yes, and it's very hard to get your contract terminated as well.
But no, that's not. Nah, we can't be saying that because they're not just getting paid 250K for the game. They get paid for all the work and all the training and all the like.
Bro, give me 250K a week.
I work on a contract.
Like, I'll train like all day, man. I wouldn't even.
Give me 250 grand a year, and I'll do that.
Bro, and even the training.
You guys know it's different. You're offered a contract on what you did before, not what you do after.
Massive money is bullshit.
Someone offers.
I agree. I don't think it's a good point to bring up.
We shouldn't be saying if somebody isn't performing on the pitch, we should not be attributing that to like they don't deserve the money. Like I think that's
that's the big.
I think that's the case for contract renewals. Like it's the same reason why I don't think Kante should be renewed. I don't think Jorginho should be renewed. It's one of the reasons anyway. I don't think Mount should be renewed. Like it comes part of it.
Because the majority of players are mediocre and are
Kante might be on the same money. Why?
Imagine Scott.
Okay, but now you're going into that.
What would you do? What would you do? What would you do if Chelsea like let Mount go and sign De Jong and Enzo, man? Bro, I would pay for premium Uber. I would pay Mount for premium Uber, bro.
Don't put such nice thoughts into my head, knowing it will never happen.
I was gonna say, bro, I can't tell you the things I do. I can't tell you.
My eyes just watered hearing that.
I'd pay for Fatah's OnlyFans subscriptions for a year.
I don't know. That's pretty expensive one from the list of sponsors.
That's what I do, bro.
Fatur, I love you, Fatur. Don't do anything to yourself, bro. I'm always here for you. And you do need to come to Prague, though. I'm telling you, Fatur, you have fun, man.
Yeah, cheap drinks, man.
Yeah.
Hey, no, the pod's already up, by the way.
Not only the drinks.
What?
The pod. Look.
Which pod?
Oh, the troops pods. Oh, good. Cameron says, remember, no Felix for 30 days, basically injured. I know he's a dope for that, but we moved. Have you seen the latest? Big up yourself, Cameron, as well. Unlimited Dreamer says, have you seen the latest tweet from Matt Law about the owners? Yes. We're getting a fucking clear out. Let's go. Don't want to jump to conclusions too early, but it's too late. It's too late. We're binning off Havertz. We're binning off Ziyech. Obba's probably going anyway. He was going to go in general. I have the article here, actually. Let me see if there's any points that we missed.
Is Aubameyang going to get a lead now in January?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Right, so here's the article. There's no option or obligation for Chelsea to buy Felix in his loan agreement, blah, blah, blah. Just as important as new signings will be player sales, but Chelsea's biggest issue will be finding buyers and interested clubs for the highly paid stars they're willing to sell and loan out. Expensive signings such as Ziyech, Pulisic, and Havertz are facing uncertain futures. Jorginho may be allowed to leave. Aspi could be considered to leave too. There's also the possibility of Chelsea cutting losses on Koulibaly, while the club won't stand in Aubameyang's way if he decides he wants to return to Spain or move elsewhere, which will be at the end of the season because he can't go anywhere right now. Owners have been trying to rebalance Chelsea's wage bill since taking over the club, and that will continue as more players arrive and others depart. Chelsea want a first-team dressing room of players who are all on similar basic wages, big term basic, with the possibility of earning lucrative bonuses for meeting personal and team goals. They've been open to offers for Ziyech this month, but the club's enormous injury list means that Potter can't afford to lose too many players and is likely to delay the bulk of an attempted clear-out until the summer, which is annoying but understandable.
And this is why, as I go back to right at the start, this is why I'm waiting, because come the summer, I want to see if that happens. If that happens, if that happens...
Aubameyang's also concerned over his place in the squad, having been relegated to the bench. Aspi's turned down strong interest from Barca to sign a 2-year contract in the summer, but they won't stand in his way. And Chelsea haven't ruled out making a second bid for Enzo Fernandez, while Moise Caicedo remains on the club's radar for this
just sign Enzo. Make us happy, bro. We're miserable, man. Just sign Enzo, man. We'll be happy.
Barca and Madrid are interested in and Atletico Madrid are interested in re-signing Aubameyang at the end of the season too.
Hey Lewis, the PR machine's in full effect.
Is going to fleece us, bro.
Oh yeah, nothing on Mount, by the way. Nothing on Mount.
Yeah, Mount is but that's also because Matt likes him, so Matt is gonna try to kind of.
That's true. Yeah.
Let's move on.
He was saying we're negotiating for Mount for like months now. So.
Hey, it's all right.
Hey, it's one small step. We're losing Havertz. We're losing Ziyech.
There we go. Yeah,
As Jorginho could be leaving.
Wait,
There's
but
a
how many months does Dick Nose have on his contract, man? How many he has left?
18.
18 months.
It's up
1 year at the end of
2024.
his contract. So if he
then,
don't
like-
resign,
This is what I'm saying, and this is what I said
Don't
earlier.
resign his
I want him
salary,
to keep demanding this money, keep demanding this 300k or whatever it is.
keep
Please, man.
demanding it and keep playing like shit.
Yeah.
Because we know what's coming.
You don't sell
That move to Everton will hit like crack.
And
By the way, Lewis, I'm worried to see you in HD camera, bro. What do you look like in HD camera, bro?
We'll find out once I get it. Because
Fine,
I
we can
got a
HD
new laptop, but a worse webcam.
Is that the webcam? Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's a
Bro,
webcam.
you know what's your webcam
You
is
use your
like? You know
phone
when
as
you
a
go to this
camera now.
arcade games, and you have this like dead ass cameras from the 90s, bro. That's what your webcam looks like, Lewis.
Fucking
No
hell,
offense,
bro.
though.
Lewis, you have an iPhone?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you
can use it as a.
Yeah,
as
that's
a
what I
webcam now.
used to use.
I know, it's like I always
Kai's
use my
got a
phone in
DVD
between
camera
streams and
in a
longs
4K
everything
world.
out.
That's what he's got.
That's why Alex was asking him about his address every 2 seconds, man. I almost gave it live.
Sure. Oh wait.
I wouldn't trust. Don't give Alex your address, man. He might send anything over. You know what I mean? That would,
Nah, too late. Plus, you know Alex will find it out anyway, bro.
Set up a PO box somewhere, man. And send Fata to pick it up.
Are you saying that because he's Russian, Lewis? He has intel everywhere?
On what?
Are you saying because he's Russian, so he has intel everywhere?
See, Fata
Man, that's
doesn't
what
know
he
what I
said.
said. He just heard his name. That was.
He was like, "Why you not giving me your address? Like I can't just find it anyway." I was like, "Oh shit! All right, all right."
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay then.
Yeah, look what
Yeah.
Galib said. Galib said, well, kill me, Galib, man.
Yeah.
Lewis on the 4K looks like GQ Man of the Year. Let's go. I'll keep it at 4. Actually, I need to get 4K then. I was gonna pretend this one is.
Isn't he gonna give you 1080? No?
Yeah, he's sending me like a mic stand and webcam.
that's
Yeah,
nice
Alex,
of him,
if you're
man.
watching, big up my guy. Much
Oh my
appreciated.
god.
Is he sending all this stuff for free?
Fatura, what are you swallowing, bro? Fatura
Yeah.
opened his mouth really loud.
And
bro.
he can
Almost swallowed
slander
the phone, man.
Jorginho all he wants. That's fine. That's fine.
To be fair, like, can we be so serious about Jorginho for a second? I
You're
wanna
so
get you guys'
easily
opinion.
bought, Lewis. You're so easily bought.
I want to get your actual
Unbelievable.
opinion. You guys.
He ain't an echo chamber. Sorry, Kai.
See, for me, I like Jorginho, but I think we can upgrade on him, man. I think even like if you look him compared to 2 years ago,
Oh,
I
no
don't
doubt.
think he's the same player that he used to be 2 years ago as well, man.
He's
And I
not.
liked him 2 years
Completely
ago.
agree.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
do think
I
like
don't
we
want him
should cash
starting
on
next
him.
season.
Also, I'm now on the thing of I want him out because I think he's
He doesn't want to be
been a
here.
part
He
of
just
he's
wants
been a
money, man.
part of this regime or these group of players that are letting people down. So I just want a big old clear out, literally. Like Lewis, I'm on the
Yeah.
Lewis thing of like, unless you're a new signing or you're like one of like Reese or Silva, like fuck off, just leave.
Yeah.
Or like a Chukwuemeka, like he's a new signing. But you know what I
we
mean?
need some continuity with either like Conte, like in my opinion, with either Conte or Jorginho staying. But let Jorginho
Nah.
leave. Like honestly, his contract's running up, right? So we need to balance the wages anyway. So it's very easy just to let him leave. And I'm not sure if he's on higher wages than Conte.
He's not.
Probably not.
He's like on half the wages that Conte's on.
Yeah, Conte's like 290. He's like 150.
What do you guys feel about the Conte thing? I really don't like the
Leave.
fact
Like,
that we
again,
should resign him, man.
like that we shouldn't re-sign him to a new deal. He's not the same player he was a year ago.
Yep, I agree
I'm not
100%.
giving a guy that's going to play 2 games a year, or 300 grand a week.
Yeah,
People can
that's
say it's not
crazy.
my money. No, but when we can't sign someone else, or you see other players
Yeah.
wanting 300 grand a week, it's because you got what guy on 300 grand a week
Yep.
playing 2
What if
games a
I see
season.
stopping us from
And,
signing a midfielder because
Also,
of that?
as well, I don't think he fits how we want to play. I just think he fits better when we're not going to have a lot of the ball, and I don't see that being how we want to play going
The
forward.
best,
Yeah.
the best Conte, and I know it's debatable. I saw under when we had Sarri, man. That was the best time I had Conte. I know a lot of
Well,
people feel like the Conte season, but for me, the Sarri
Yeah.
season.
That was yeah. I also think his last best run was, of course, that Champions League run. That was amazing. I do feel like we can't strip the club too bare in the sense that from a
No,
leadership perspective, because we might only have Silva as our like only kind of veteran
Silva's
player.
gonna leave by the end of the season, I think.
Yeah, and
I
he'll
don't think he's gonna
leave.
stay, man.
Yeah, he might not even stay after this season. And he doesn't.
We shouldn't rely on him even if he does.
Did you guys
stay,
see
man.
that
40 years
Brazilian?
old.
Did you guys see
His
the
wife
interview he did in
was-
Brazil when he
his
said
wife-
that Chelsea is his favorite club from the clubs he played? That's so sad, man.
Oh,
Really?
No, did you guys see the post by his wife Belle? What do you guys
No.
think about that?
His wife is annoying, man. I like
Yeah,
No,
it's-
his
it's-
wife's
What
goat.
What does
annoying.
wife do now?
I think she was like, okay, she made this Twitter post. She was like, we
Yeah,
need
the Mad
Thiago
Goat fans
Silva
going
all over
all
the
out for her,
pitch.
man.
He needs to be a defender, or he needs to be a midfielder and striker, and we would be winning games, something like that. Basically,
Well, that's kind of true, though. I don't know.
no, it's true, but like her husband is playing with these people, and she's out here.
Oh yeah,
posting-
like her just making. that's
Yeah.
That's all. You always have those type of people.
But he's right. She's right though. Like
she's
that's
right.
not
I
why I
agree,
don't
but
like
you
her.
don't do that. You don't do that. I'm sorry.
Why don't you do that? Why?
No,
Why?
but I know
It
also,
doesn't help. It doesn't
Oh,
help.
you
for this
guys
team.
are too damn nice, man. Jesus, thank God you don't know me in real life, man. I would
they're
make
not
you
digging that
emotionally
deep
damaged,
into
man.
it, bro.
Yeah, you think it too deep into it. She's speaking the truth,
Like the
exactly.
other-
I don't even take things offensively, but like if I was playing with someone and his wife was posting stuff about the rest of this team as crap, my husband needs to be a midfielder and a forward.
Well,
to do
is
this job.
she posting it in Portuguese and is this
No,
translated?
she posts in English.
Oh. What the
She speaks English, I think, much better.
Yeah, she speaks English.
Yeah, she speaks English
pretty
a
well.
little bit better, yeah.
Ooh,
I don't
Arsenal landed that refugee kid. What's his name, man?
Mudryk, is it done?
Mudryk. Yeah. They're edging closer. According to the Guardian as well. The Guardian is super reliable with Arsenal. They even predicted the party news before. What's his name?
Fucking hell. Right. We do need to wrap up around now though, because I did say I was
3.5
going to
hours.
go on Gooni's stream. Fucking 3.5. Yeah, this is
And
what
not for
Chelsea
me,
does
man.
to us.
Not
Like
for
the
me, man.
lamp
I
on
had
our
a nice
face.
dinner and I came here, man.
Fucking mad. Right, big up everyone. No one go anywhere. We're going straight to Gooni's channel, so there's going to be a raid. No one go anywhere. So
Who's
big up
Goonie?
everyone. Like, subscribe. Man's out.